to hear any of my commentary? Are you fucking serious, bro? I had the best commentary going. We were describing the cute brat. God, she's so cute. Look at this tummy. Tummy. Oh, sorry. Too aggressive on the tummy cuddles. Good kitty. Okay. Are you okay? You want some scritches? He's such a brat. Okay, we're good. We're back. We're back. We are so back. Okay. Cat cooled PC. Yeah, it's really... That's actually the exhaust there too, so... Anyways. What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a good day. 3 days until Edge of Fate. Streaming for nearly 10 years? Yeah, fucking Windows updates always fuck microphone inputs. That'll never change. That is a consistent reality through time. So I really don't have too much to do. What I've been doing is farming exotics. We did a shit ton of GM farming last night. We'll probably do more GM farming on stream tomorrow. But I've just been farming exotics because I want a good Curus. I want a good, what are we thinking? Okay, so for Warlock here, let's look at my vault real quick, right? Let's look at my vault. I also I should empty some of this because my vault's pretty full. What are we getting rid of here? So one thing I can get rid of. For a long time, I hoarded a lot of... I would use Getaway Artist to hoard Ascendant Shards. I don't need that anymore. So I'm going to delete all of these. Because I've actually spent like 100 Ascendant Shards in the last week. So... And most of this is armor. I do want to make like a spreadsheet too, going over my advanced armor. What's your final consensus on Edge of Fate? It's not out yet. How am I going to make a final... I can't judge it. It's not out. I'm excited. Those are my final thoughts going into Edge of Fate. Shadow is very intently watching me dismantle right now. Every time the shiny things pop up on the side of the screen, her eyes get like... I'm excited. I'm very excited. We get a new raid in a week. I am so... Are there any armor forms this week? Not great ones. It's duality, but they fucking murder duality armor forms. Yeah, I'm excited that so many... Am I full on exotic shards? Oh shit. Oh my god, I just wasted so many. Okay. I want to god roll Curus. I want to god roll... Okay. This is where I am with Warlock. What exotics do we want spiky on Warlock, guys? So the reason you would want spiky exotics are for mainly damage purposes. So what exotics are you likely to switch to during a damage phase? That's a good question, right? Because I think you want like a good average speaker sight. I think you want like a good average as in flat, like flat build speakers, flat build getaway, because you're more likely to use those during phases where you're going to want all of your abilities. Oh, Lunas and Geomag and Boots, those are all good. I like those. Yeah, I think Geomags have a chance to be cracked. I've got some pretty good Starfires, so I'm good there. Yeah, maybe Geomag. Boots, I'm less... Hold on, like maybe... Lunas are good. Yeah, maybe I'll try for some good Lunas here. Some spiky weapons Lunas here. Let's go to the tower real quick. Titan, you want Curus? I have a couple good Curuses. Hunter, you obviously want Nighthawk. I need to dismantle some of these. It's so hard because I have so many nostalgic weapons and so many copium weapons. You know what I mean? I'm really bad at this. The fuck Judgment is? Why do I... What? Why do I have this? This is garbage. Goodbye. That's what I'm talking about. I just have, like, bullshit, man. What's the deal with JFK? In the collector's edition, it is insinuated that the 9 are connected to the assassination of JFK in some way. And it is insinuated that he was assassinated with some precursor to the Graviton Lance, or the Graviton Lance itself.
A transaction to make, Guardian?
What did you want to discipline class spiky speaker site? No. No, the way I'm thinking about this is for general, like, running. Like, let's like actually use an existing encounter as an example. So let's use Nezarec for an example, right? Because I think Nezarec, as the solo for that encounter shows, has all of the phases that you would typically expect for a raid encounter. So in the Nezarec encounter, the first part of the encounter, you're just running. During that phase, even if you're on ad clear, if you're running, whatever, you're gonna want pretty much flat stats, 70 to 80 for every single stat. You're gonna want to be doing, you know, weapon damage. You're gonna want to be getting health from orbs. You're gonna want your class ability back. You're gonna want your melee back. You're gonna want your super to be charged. You're gonna want your grenade. You're gonna want everything, just kind of like as it is now. So for general, just running, I think my approach is have equal stats, equal-ish stats, and a couple of fonts on the things that play into my build. So if I'm using a healing grenade build, okay, maybe I'll put a grenade mod on my arms, or a grenade font on my arms, etc. When you want spiky builds are primarily for DPS phases. So if I'm equal stats on Nezarec, as I go into damage phase, I'm going to switch to a 200 weapons, 200 super loadout. And I'm going to use my super and do some initial ammo dumping on him. Then, halfway, you know, Nezarec's a pretty long damage phase, 20 seconds-ish, I believe. So, then once you use your super, you're going to switch to a weapon spike in whatever your build actually is. So, let's say, like, I'm on Warlock, and I want to switch to a grenade build, so I can use Starfire. So I'm going to go 200 weapons, 200 super. I'm going to use my super. I'm going to immediately switch to 200 weapons, 200 grenade. And then I'm going to, you know, do my damn... You know, and do that. Then, at the end of the phase, like, once Nezarec, the damage phase is over, you have 10-ish seconds to get ammo. You want to have 200 ammo weapon stat, 200 weapon stat for the extra ammo. Guaranteed extra ammo from ammo bricks. And so you're going to stay on that class, you're going to go pick up all your ammo, and then you're going to switch back to your flat stats for the running phase again. That's how I think about the game specifically. Now, there are going to be some exceptions to that and ways you can optimize min-max and stuff, but for the most part, that's how I'm thinking about the game.
I must admit, Guardian.
Yo, JDB, thank you so much for the sub, my friend. Can you expand on your thoughts on the normal mode opening? Like, is the issue for you secret stuff? Oh, okay, you're talking about, yes, so this is a conversation that, like, I thought I was pretty clear on in my tweets, but people, you know, everyone's tweeting shit at the same time, and some people can't read, and it's all tough. So if you guys don't know, Theo, thank you so much for the sub. Hey, and by the way, guys, you can sub right now, and you get the exclusive Pixel Perfect emblem if you sub or gift a sub over on Twitch. What are your thoughts on the black screen plague for day one raids? I don't think I know what you're talking about, Roach Dog. Anyways, sorry. So now Bungie's changing it, so as soon as the world's first is completed, like Dungeons, except Dungeons wait for the top 3 teams, I think, but whatever. Once the world's first is done, then the raid opens up normal. I don't like that, and it's not, this plays into it. Clean asks if the reason I don't like it is because I like solving the puzzles, and if I'm not the first team to complete the raid, then those puzzles might be done by the time I finish with the contest. Sure, that plays into it for whatever, that's fine. The reality is no matter if I'm the person to solve the puzzles or not, I will likely be one of the first people to upload a video on it. So that doesn't really matter. Like, I like being the one that solves it, but from a business perspective, it doesn't really change it. From an enjoyment perspective, it does, because I like being the person to solve them, or at least try to solve them. Zephyros, thank you for the sub. For me, it is about the spectacle of the day one. Yo, thing on the floor, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. For me, it is about the spectacle of the day one. And the sort of equivalent I was using on Twitter yesterday was there is a sense of community, and that's, you know, sort of thing that I really enjoy when the entire focus is on the raid race. Even after, like, a lot of people are saying, like, oh, all the hype dies once World's First is over, or, like, once the first team finishes. Anyone who, like, actually streams the race knows that is objectively false. Like, that's not true at all. I mean, my fucking Salvation's Edge, I finished 6-7 hours after the World's First team, and there were fucking thousands of people in chat hyping, like, popping off. 2402 would not be a meme if people did not pay attention to Last Wish after the first team completed the World's First. That's just, people who are saying that have literally no idea what the fuck they're talking about. That's just not how it works. The view count does not plummet after World's First, because there are still teams that people are hyped to see where they place. And so the equivalent I was using on Twitter yesterday is the Super Bowl. You know, typically you don't see NCAA football during the Super Bowl. You don't see, or you can use the entire playoffs if you want. There's like a community thing that raises the hype when your collective consciousness is all focused on like the best of the best. Yeah, sure, maybe people are outside throwing a football while watching the Super Bowl, but that's the equivalent of people playing Destiny while watching the world's first race. You know what I mean? And so it's just like there's so much of this community sentiment and spectacle. Like, even after I finish my contest placements, I love watching other teams, like going and seeing where people are struggling and seeing where people end up placing and how people are performing and that sort of stuff. I just love the entire vibe and air around the entire 24 like, or 48 hours. Really, the first 24 is what matters to me for most raids. Salvations being an obvious exception. But I just love watching how other teams are adapting and performing, and, you know, how they're tackling these challenges after I'm done. And so much of that sentiment is fueled by, like, a hive mind of everyone kind of doing the same thing. And I just don't want to lose that. That's something that means a lot to me. Super Bowl isn't all weekend, though. That is an insane thing to say, because the Super Bowl is literally all weekend. Like, the game itself is only for a few hours, but the hype surrounding it is like that entire weekend. It's actually for a month. It's a month and a half, right? Yo, what's up, Amir? And it's like, look, I've said this 100 billion million times. When I make videos, when I make tweets about my opinions, right? Like, respectfully, I don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. Like, if Bungie's asking for my feedback on something directly, I try to incorporate all community feedback. My community would like this, blah, blah, blah. Especially when it comes to the one part of the game that I care about, which is that I care about the most. My favorite part of the game is day one raids. It is the main reason I love Destiny is contest mode raids. It's why I grind throughout the entire year. It's to prep for that. So much behind the scenes goes into the contest mode raids. When I'm giving my opinion and giving my outlook on the contest mode raids, literally not a single other opinion on Earth affects how I feel or can change how I feel about it. I love the entire community coming together and watching this as a spectacle, watching the best of the best of the best performing together, solving together, stealing or sharing strats, and performing differently, and all of this stuff. I love it. And that is objectively affected if you activate normal raid. Because then from my business perspective, I have to go solve puzzles, which is fine. That's something no one else can relate to. But then you also, like, as you're flipping through streams, you have to be like, oh, is this person in contest? Are they in normal? All the vibes are going to be all over the place because it's like, oh, Rick just discovered this strategy on the first encounter, and these guys are, it's just like, it dilutes and it distracts. When, in my opinion, for one day a year, the entire focus should be on the best of the best and how they are performing. Except they can't anymore because they all hide their screens. This is another thing, like, people on Twitter are so dumb, man. It's like, yeah, people say that, but that stops once World First is hit. Once someone clears the raid, no screens are blurred. Okay, so that's like, when we are talking about effectively the period of time after World's First is completed and in maintaining the vibes and the hype after that, you all calling out something that stops before the period of time we're talking about is stupid. It is not an argument. It does not apply. It's not real. It doesn't happen. The fashion's balling. Thank you. It's like, yeah, I just don't understand. Oh, I don't care about the playoffs, the Super Bowl this year because the Patriots did Deflategate a decade ago. Like, what are we talking about? Like, it doesn't even affect what we're talking. We're not talking about the same, era of time in a World's First race. And I really like the kind of solution where it's like, especially I've been kind of back and forth on the 48 hours contest mode thing. I like it because if Bungie insists on doing World's First on Fridays, I like having a 48-hour contest because you can't expect everyone to get Fridays off. Like, it's just from a worker rights standpoint, or like from the standpoint of, I think everyone, as many people should experience this contest content as possible and that vibe in the race and push themselves as possible. I don't mind a 48 hours contest mode if they are putting it on a Friday. I don't mind that. But if we're going back to Saturdays, then I think 24 hours is more than fine. So, especially now that contest mode's a toggleable thing. The Super Bowl doesn't black out their screen for 5 hours, though. When's the last time? Roach Dog, find me a single clip of being able to listen to the sidelines or in a huddle in a Super Bowl. You won't be able to. That's a spoiler. You won't be able to. Hell yeah, Lab. I saw that and I knew it was going to be a banger. But anyways, if they're going to keep it 48 hours for the emblem period, I think a nice compromise is just turning on normal after 24. I don't mind that, personally, but look, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter. It's a video game. No one's gonna die. It literally does not matter at all. But I just wish, it is something. It is vibes, and it is an experience that they have already lessened from, upwards of 4 or 3 times a year between dungeons and raids. Now they're lessening it to 1 day a year, or 2 days a year, and they are effectively limiting that entire experience within that time frame as well, which is just something like I personally care a lot about, and I'm not a big fan of the change. You ever feel like you're the minds waiting for Doomsday with Edge of Fate coming out? No, I'm really excited for it. Oh, I don't watch football? Well, brother, come on. Big fan of you, willing to disagree with some of the dumber takes in the Destiny community. Been watching your content more because of it. Let's go! We got one! Yo, Zach is on fire. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. The thing about the 24 versus 48 hour contest is 24 hour pushes people to go for a full time, which could fuck up their physical health. Yeah, I get that argument. That's totally fine. That's a fair point as well. I think at some point, it's like, okay, is it Bungie's responsibility to make sure people take care of themselves or make good choices. Like, yes, no, kind of, maybe so. You're also kind of crazy if you think people are not staying up for 24 hours just because it's 48 hours long, because I've done it and other people have done it. So I'm not really sure that's an effective deterrent, but I obviously don't have the data behind that. Who are you going to be raiding with? Yeah, the information's out there now. I haven't made an official announcement, but I'm on math class this year. I'm on Dado's team. Can I get clarification? Do you support black screens or do you just not care? I don't care at all. I like, you choose what streams you watch. I literally do not give a single fuck if people blur or block buffs or black their screen. I do not care. I'm gonna make an official announcement though. I'm cooking up some ideas already, but I've been busy. Yo, Lord Darkfang, how you doing? Okay, what do we want? I think geomags. Let's focus some geomags here. We want an intellect weapon split, so mobility intellect split. Ooh. See, now the problem is with all these illegal rolls, it's like, I'm doing all right, Savant. How you doing? This is your first stream of mine? Hey, well, welcome, Tier 1. How you doing? Yep, the raid is a week from today. I'm really excited. Bro, I'm getting sick fucking total stats, but ass everything else. Let me go to... I think I have some exotics to pull in my season pass. I'm gonna... As a viewer, it's extremely annoying. Yeah, once again, you decide what streams you click on, you know? That's why I'm also a big fan of like what Evan and CB are doing, because they are very unlikely to stick around just watching black screen rate. So if you really care about seeing as much as you can, go watch that stream. My voice is kind of low. Oh, sorry. I moved my mic. I apologize. I moved my mic because it was in the way of showing you shadow.
There is hope for humanity yet.
There you go. You guys should be able to hear me better. Hopefully I sound better.
Where would we go?
Oh, I only have fucking a couple more engrams. That's lame as fuck. Alright, couple geomag tries here.
A transaction to make, Guardian?
Not off the top of my head, Matt. I've been kind of tracking my stuff on my own end, but... Okay, well, we are getting some phenomenal total stats on these things, but we're getting awful stat splits on these things, which is really sad. I tried doing contests for the raid to come out with the last DLC. It was so ass. I think that actually translates to the raid not being ass, but you being ass, Junior. Salvation's Edge had such a good contest mode, man. It was brutal. I don't know. I'd argue the mastery mechanics paired with contest mode difficulty is what makes it so challenging. It's something I'm less concerned about, but like Acid-Cross just made a video on this, and it's like, I agree to a point, but like I said, it's something that I care less about, because I mostly care about like the community moment. But Asacross also made the argument like, oh, you can just go practice the easier encounters on normal, or sorry, the harder encounters on normal, and then go back to contests and clear them. And that's like a good point. Like that would actually help with something like, for instance, the witness damage phase. On normal, you're gonna be able to get to the damage phase and practice it yourself way more consistently and way faster than on something like contest. So that is a genuine, concern. Bro, what are these? I do have a mobility. What the fuck are these stat splits, man? Oh, I haven't been focusing Sanguine. I should do that. That's a good point. We're going to pull Sanguine here, and I'm going to get a perfect split. Watch this right here. Bam. Perfect Sanguine. Well, perfect subjective, but that ain't bad. I think that's better than my current Sanguine, I think. I don't know if it's good enough to hold on to. It might be good enough. No, because we can just beat that with new exotic system.
The mystery is the thing. You never know what you're going to find.
Let me go to my vault. We gotta clear out some shit here, boys. It's been rough here.
Excuse me.
Okay, what are we going at? Look for weapons where I have duplicates. Where did I keep this? Is this good? This looks like ass. There's nothing good here, right? I just kept this because it's just shiny. But literally nothing's usable here. Is that correct? Yeah, I mean, those perks are shit. Okay, you're going away. I'm not keeping that. Copium Arcane. Like, what the fuck is this? Why did I keep this? Why would I fucking... Why do I have this? Oh, it was a bug roll and got replaced. Did it have like a funny roll on it? Dado's not touching my fucking vault, bro. Good luck, have fun. Not in my vault. This was such a copium roll, but if I'm using this, I'm just using Forbearance on God. Triple tap Vorpal that I never used. Get out of here. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, okay, this old one's shit. Goodbye. That's gonna be so bad. Okay, let me pull this up. Let me do... Let me do my Google Doc here. I'll just add another... Okay, so we got Titan. No, we'll do Warlock. We'll do Titan. We'll do Hunter, and we'll do Wep Int Split. Merchant Center. Nope. What's the Merchant Center? Yeah, that is the Merchant Center. Center. Sorry, I'm making a quick tracker for myself because and then we have weapon int, and then we have helmets, arms, chest, boots. And then we have weapons, discipline, and we have weapons, strength. Okay. I'm just gonna track all these real quick. So this is Titan. I have Titan and intellect. Yeah, so like we're just gonna drop this. I don't need that. Why did I keep these? These are not good. This isn't even Artifice, like... Titan have a decent helmet, so I'll keep that. That's a good question, dude. Sorry, where did this come from? I'm confused. If I have 100 stat now, is it equivalent to 100 stat? Yes, yes, yes. They translate 1 to 1. Okay, can get rid of that. Alright, so this is Warlock. Yeah, this is bad. That's really good. So Warlock, I have ability strength helmets. That's fine. Do I have any better mobility intellect? We're looking for mobility intellect splits. 24, 23. Okay, this one's worse. 24, 23. This one's technically better. Oh my god, these are fucking goated helmets. What the shit? Okay, so that other intellect split's worse. This is worse. This is worse. That's worse. 30, 24 is 54. That's also 54. These are more even. I might keep that instead. $29.20. Oh yeah, okay. These are fucking good. I have all my Warlock helmets. Bam. Which means I probably don't need the 28. What the fuck? Okay, so this is just better. This is just better than that.
I can take a break.
Well, this comes with a little bit of recovery. I don't think that matters though for what I'm going for. That's just goated. That's just better. Or do I actually think I keep this because then I can put the +3 in either stat. I think the Artifice slot's good. I think I'm going to keep the Artifice one over this. It's one less point, but I can allocate it. Bro, I got some crazy splits. I didn't even know that. This is just better, because that's 59. And this is 54, 57. But once again, no. Yeah, this helmet's just better. Here. That's just better. That's worse. That's bad. I think we decided this one, 24, 28. Yeah, that one's better. Brother, why did I get so many fucked rolls? That's insane. Okay. Titan arms. So I got disciplined intellect arms for Titan. Warlock gloves. 26, 24. It's 51. It's 50. We'll just keep the other arms here. I got Warlock arms for intellect and discipline splits. Yeah, mobility is what I have been keeping on my ghost, yeah. I can delete these. Hey, Scar, quick question. Do we know what armor archetype the exotic class items will be? It's based off of the first perk. Victor. I'm so hyped for Edge of Fate. It's gonna be great. Yo, Giggle Lad, what's up? Okay. Damn it. Like, literally every old roll of exotics is going to be so bad in the new system, man. Because I've been keeping just high resilience in everything. That's such a throw in the new system. The strongholds are decent. Like, what? Grenade build with 2 discipline? Bruh. Alright, so for Warlock arms, the only one I think I need to keep is strength split. Ooh, 26 on discipline. No. The other ones are better. 27, 23 on intellect. No, those are better. We'll keep these strength ones. That is bad. Titan, I've got a good strength split. Yes. Okay, so that's mobility strength. I have better mobility strength. Okay, so I'll just keep that. Intellect 26. Oh my god, that's juiced. What the heck? Why can't I have that in every slot? That's fucking crazy. I don't even remember getting that. And it's the intellect one too. Goated. Fucking goated, man. It's 52. It's just 54. But this is a way higher total stat split. It's on chest though. This will be really good for like apotheosis builds. Or like class items. 26, 26. So this 27, 30 is better than 29. Yeah, I think I'm keeping it. I've got a good discipline split. Okay. So just boots. Titan, mobility, intellect boots. Those are fucking cracked, dude. Jesus. I just need a weapons, intellect, chest split on my Titan. I already had this, right? So this was 30, 24. I think that's what this was, right? Way back. Just killed, so I don't need. Look at all the Starfires I have. So I've got a good. This is this was I think a role I already had. Oh, it's 2010. I don't know why I kept that one. Recovery, so class ability, super. Oh, I guess for charging grenades. I'm going to keep this one just in case. I think that's copium. And then I've got a mobility intellect split. That's pretty good. Mobility discipline split. That's pretty good. An all-around split, so I can just wear this while we're running. And then this was like a current existing one. I think this one's kind of shit, though. I'm going to delete this one. But I'm pretty happy. It's good. Really the main two. Just running. Super split. Grenade split. I'm pretty happy with that. These are both discipline 26, 20. They have our discipline split boots on Warlock. My boot luck on the farm was shit. This is not good. Big unfortunate. That's a pretty good split on the boots though. I'll take that. Actually, high key better. Those, keep those. Keep those. Delete those. Okay. So I've got all my armor for my Warlock, so we're good there. Anything else? I don't know what any of these exotics do. They're all shit splits. They're garbage. I never use them. I'm never going to use them. All my class items. That's cool. Anything here we can get rid? Well, I deleted 50 slots. I'm feeling pretty good. I think I'm feeling a lot better about that. And then do I have any more exotics here? No. Okay. Well, I think I want to go farm some nether because I still need needed the god roll redirection flash counter sword, and then I also need the nether's a really good way to farm engrams if you guys don't know. Come clean your vault? No, fuck that. So I'm just gonna like queue normal nethers and farm engrams, I think. After contest, you won't really be using this armor? No, I'm farming this mostly for, like, actually doing, like, burst farms. I think under the new system, farming is going to be, like, obviously a way bigger part of the game. And so a lot more of my mentality going into this sort of armor is actually for, like, if you think about, like, when Templar farms were a thing, or when Karev farms were a thing for Unvoiced this year, or, like, for that sort of stuff, where you just want to ensure the one phase and move on with your life. Hot swapping to spiky weapon super armor, or just running it the whole time, is going to be very good. I'm thinking burst farms. Anyway, like sub 3-minute farms are what spiky armor's for. Would you run the speaker sight, mobility intellect, mobility disciplines? For speaker sight, I would. Speaker sight is, well, once again, like most of my 200-200 splits that I'm going for are primarily for damage phases. So for something like speaker sight, where it's not like it doesn't matter, I'll probably just run like flat stats with those. So 80s in all the columns. Can you do ranking again? Maybe at some point. Maybe at some point. It's a lot of work. Do you think we'll ever get more loadout slots? I fucking hope so, man. We need 40 slots. 50 slots, on God. Alright, so the goal here is to run through the first encounter as quickly as possible. And then reset. So if you guys don't know, if you have your tomb here, where the fuck is it? If you do your tomb here, and in the first column you do the far right, and then you do an exotic one, you're guaranteed every time you complete your tomb, it is an exotic engram. It's not a chance for an exotic engram, it is an exotic engram. So you can farm that at the same time as trying to farm some of the heresy weapons, which have increased drop rates and increased shiny potential right now, which is what I've been doing. So running through this, trying to look for any of the resource material, because that'll help you get even more focuses. Was Bungie playing you to play today? Bro. Mac, we're fighting. Mac, I feel like you, better than any other person in this community, understand the struggle that I have of trying to be Bungie's biggest dick rider and hater at the same time, man. It's not an easy job, Mac. I think you do an excellent job, by the way. I think you're double glazing it and punching him in the face at the same time. I mean, I think you do a better job than I do, personally. It's beautiful. I aspire to be as good at it as you.
Keen eye and your finger on the trigger.
Although I think I guess I do it a little bit better when it comes to marathon. I think you've got the Destiny side of it down. So I think we make a good team, is what I'm saying. The key is to dedicate each hand to one side. Yeah, that's a good point. So good. Yeah, I'm so excited for a soundtrack listening stream. I hope they do it, I hope they release it the day before. I love when they do that. One strokes and the other pokes. That's a shirt. If you guys are looking for spiky armor rolls, get armor pieces off of failsafe. Yes, and this also gives you failsafe engrams, so this is a good thing for that. So if you have a... one failsafe engram, I'm cracked. If you're just looking to kill time until Edge of Fate, I would recommend farming either something like this or GMs this week, really, and just trying to stack as many of your farms up as possible on top of each other. What the shit was that? I don't know what that is. Oh, that's probably a buff. Yeah, it is. Okay. That really confused me. That was the buff that you get when you load in. Any exotic engrams having the postmaster on the characters? No, they'll stay. They'll stay. You'll be aight. I'd love a long ARG before Ash and Iron. I hope so. It seems like Bungie is really leaning into that. Like they're really liking the idea of ARGs and stuff nowadays. I don't know like how easy it is that. Are you fucking serious? How? I really wanted to. Maybe I'll reach back out. I wanted to have like an interview with the people who did Chestiny and just talk to them about their mentality and, you know, if they would like to do stuff like that again, or like how, when that becomes feasible to do stuff like that or whatever. So because I really want them to know like how much it's appreciated. And this is like a great example of like, Chestiny is the exact sort of thing where positive feedback should be just so fucking aggressive, so that they know that like, hey, this was not a waste of resources. This was awesome. You should do more of these. You know what I mean? That's like, we gotta hammer that home, ladies and gentlemen. Did they ever say anything about episodic content? Is it staying or going? It seems like most of it's staying through the like portal, or will be like cycled through the portal, I guess. I don't know if it'll immediately be available, but. As far as I'm aware, there were no hidden emblem codes in the collector's edition this year. Which I don't know, I don't really know the decision behind that, but the C was really good. Like, I really enjoyed the shorthand puzzle. I love the lore, dude. Do you guys think we're gonna see JFK resurrected as a Guardian? What type of Guardian do you think JFK would be? And then I was thinking about this. This is a weird thing for me, because I was like, when I was going to tweet the Bungie should resurrect JFK, I had a second where I was like, is this tweet like in bad faith? Like, is that a weird thing to say about someone who was like literally politically assassinated? And then I thought about how much media like kind of pokes fun at that. Like Umbrella Academy did it, Black Ops did it, etc., etc., etc. And I came to the conclusion that it's socially acceptable to joke about the JFK assassination. So that's where I am in life. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's where we are. I'm very morally conflicted on the whole thing. So, but that's where I am. I think the X-Files, I feel like the X-Files might have done it. I don't remember. I saw someone said the most unhinged thing that was like in my Twitter replies somewhere that was like, what if the post-campaign exotic mission is you have to go back in time and try to stop the JFK assassination? It's like, what the fuck, dude? I don't know how I feel about that one, coach. See, exotic engram there for completing, and a failsafe engram and weapon, all just for completing one run. And we go back in, and then we just boop, boop. Do you think there's any correlation between the death and eyes up weapon? No. I don't. Eyes up weapon's a cool phrase though. I'm excited to see like the entire load eye. I hope load eye does a better job of becoming like a part of the story than like the Cloud Striders did. Like, I really want to know more about Load Eye's backstory and Old Chicago and like the Department of what were they called? Department of Alien Affairs or whatever. I want to know like more of that lore is fascinating. Cross also said, what if the 9 did 9/11? It's confirmed JFK was killed by Grav Lance. It was 100% the DTM. DTM? No! Wait, DTM, the department? No, I don't think they killed... Because they were investigating the death. That was the whole point of that memo. Oh, external observation. Who's the DTM? What does that mean? Oh, you think Destiny the meme killed JFK, canonically? Yeah, external observation, that's right. DEO. The Graviton Lance lore is crazy, by the way. That's such a fascinating... This gun has been teased to be just a random weapon that someone found in old Chicago since like vanilla Destiny 2. And I just love the idea that like Allison or someone else on the narrative team was like, what if this was the gun you used to assassinate JFK and then someone hid it in old Chicago? Or it was like studied in old Chicago, and it's just like, what? That's such a insane idea, but it's awesome. Do you think it was the 3-burst or the 2-burst version? Oh. Now, Wobby, you're asking the greatest of questions right now, my friend. Bruh, that's rude. Wait, where's the... Someone memeing in the meetings and it gets written as lore? Yeah, exactly. I fucking love this game, dude. Yeah, this might be silly to say, but I was feeling overwhelmed while trying to get all my armor right and rush through Edge of Fate to be contest ready, but I realized, man, I just need to relax and enjoy the game. Yes, yes. I think, look, where I am, to be completely honest, guys, is I think if you have a decent set of tier 3.0 armor, tier 3 armor from armor 3.0, and your stats are all between 60 and 90, I think you clear, like, it's, I don't think whether you clear or not is going to be determined by that, I guess I should say. Like, remember, when Bungie's balancing contest mode, they have to balance around what they expect people to be able to realistically do in those 4 days. So, I also think it's very unlikely, like, I think it is, the more I think about it, the more I'm increasingly convinced that this is likelier to be on the easier side of contest modes. I'm not saying like Root of Nightmares, but I just find it, I hope they do a vow, but I might understand a little bit if they don't want to do a brutal raid experience right after Salvation's Edge was the hardest thing we've ever seen. I really hope it's equivalent to like Vow or Crota, but it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is it not hard, easy, hard, easy, hard, easy? For day 1 raids? No, not really. Do you think I'll be able to get Slayer Baron before reset? I need 123 Baron kills and Onslaught. Oh my god. Nothing will make you want to play Edge of Fate like spending the next 72 hours in Salvation Onslaught. I promise you that. And I just now remembered, these chests... Okay, I need to, because I'm specifically looking for the sword, so I should put on the mod that allows you to see what you can spend those chests for. I'm trying to find the... I want to find one of the materials so I can look at... What am I at? I'm only at 5. I need to find more of these materials. I need to do a better job looking for them. Here we go. Oh, there's 2 right here. Sick. Why'd those not drop? I should be getting to a run, because I'll just pull... Schiller 9, there we go, man. There we go. There we go.
We never had him back in the first place. He wanted nothing to do with us. He was disgusted by what we became. We changed and he didn't.
I think perfect difficulty would be a middle ground between Salvation's Edge and King's Fall and Crota.
He wanted to
I feel
go
like those
back.
are... Why are these not
That's what
dropping?
his logic entailed. Let him go.
Oh, is it because I don't have a slot in my
Zero
inventory? Am I
system.
actually throwing right now?
We have to let him go.
I think I was actively throwing. Okay, well that's fine. Now I know. I've wasted a lot of those though, probably, I think. That's really unfortunate. Oh, Hive Dio, that's so fucking good. Where are the 24 junk items in my inventory? Well, here's junk. Here, I'll activate this. I can also get rid of like this. Planetary Hammer Piston, goodbye. What is that? Oh, I forgot about this shit. Oh, I've got a light and a dark one. Let's go. You were about to respond to my message, then wondered why the essence was dropping. Oh, I think the perfect difficulty... Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I would just, I think if we get a bow, I'm happy. That's where I am. That's just where I am. I'm not going to set expectations any different than that. I think that is a realistic and acceptable position for me to take, I think, and that's just where I'm going to stay. I'm focusing specific exotics. But we'll see. I don't know, like, we're only a couple days away, like I said. Here, I need to... Let me switch this so I can see what's above the chests. So I can farm the sword specifically. What stat should I keep for solo players? If you're a solo player, I would not worry about min-maxing 2.0 armor. You'll be absolutely fine with the 3. The armor 3.0. It will, the stat splits will only matter, I promise. Like the 200 stat splits will only matter in the most specific crazy farms and like higher level difficulty things like speedruns or whatever. 99% of you guys do not have to worry about that shit at all, I promise. I don't get y'all. I want it to be as hard as possible. No punches pulled. Why would I? That's the fun. Are you talking about day one? Me saying I hope it's a round of vow is based off of historical context, right? Like it's me saying, I guess that could be maybe the way you should interpret that is me saying I hope it's at least as hard as vow. Is maybe a better way of framing that. Not that I don't want it to be harder. I think it is incredibly unlikely that it is harder. I'm not even convinced it's incredibly likely for me to expect the difficulty of vow, to be completely honest. But that's where I am. Yo, Dayu Bry, thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy the emblem, my friend. Appreciate your face. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Joe. You want 4 encounters with the Verity? I think that is incredibly unlikely. That's another thing. When I talk about difficulty, I'm pretty much talking about combat challenge exclusively. Because I think with the exception of like a Verity type encounter, a lot of the previous raids have had like similar difficulty of like mechanic discovery and execution. I don't think that's been too variable. Since root, like past root, I think they've all been ish about the same. Especially under contest mode, where it feels like the big thing. Once again, Verity being an obvious exception to that rule, or that statement. Oh my god, why am I falling in the floor, brother? That's crazy. I'm not answering that question, Lon. That's a decent joke. Rip. Hey, I appreciate that, Day. Thank you very much. Oh. Well done, Lab. I did not see that coming. This is crazy. Do you think I can finish them through the shield? I just hope the raid seal isn't as painful as Iconoclast. I just finished that one last night. I won't be returning the raid for a while after the suffering that was Master Witness. Might be a super hot take. I think the raid titles should be the hardest titles in the game by a lot. I don't think they are anywhere near difficult enough currently. I wouldn't even be happy with just the addition of a flawless raid. Like, I want the raid title to make you question your fucking life, dude. They're just way too easy. That should be the pinnacle of, oh, this person has mastered this piece of content, and nothing about the raid title right now says anything close to that. I really like the idea of like whatever, or even for like a guild, a one-time guild of every raid title, whatever encounters can be low manned without cheeses or extreme cheeses, like whatever encounters can be realistically and reproducibly low manned. I think that would be a cool requirement for like a guild as well. Like, hey, you can 3-man deep stone. You can 3-man pretty much every raid, with a couple of exceptions. That's ever existed in Destiny, and most of them are legit. And I think that would be a fun little requirement for a one-time guild.
We changed and he didn't. Oryx's infinite adaptability. He wanted to go back. That's what his logic entailed. Let him go.
You say that until they make us kill 175 ruffians in the raid? Yeah, I guess so. I should clarify. I'm talking about difficulty, not not like tediousness. Yo, Salmon, how you doing? Salvation's Edge is the only trio exception. No. Spire of Stars is a trio exception. And... I don't think Levy could be trio. Could Levy be trioed? I feel like Baths couldn't have been trioed, but I could be wrong. I wasn't a low manner back then. Oh, maybe Eater? Yeah, how many people did you need for Follow the Leader? That's gonna start with 3 people. Oh, there you go, yeah. Do we know if there will be missing dialogue in Edge of Fate like in Heresy? I think they tried to avoid that, which is why they like have Deborah Wilson temporarily doing like Ikora. I think they just like recast all of the missing or any of the missing dialogue temporarily, I believe. Couldn't you just skate across? No, Eater, you had to trigger every single section, I believe. Oh, did I get an exotic hit? Please don't be the Zits. Please don't be the Zits. Hell yeah. I'm farming the sword, redirection bait and switch, or redirection bait and switch, redirection flash counter sword. I'm farming exotics, farming time until we get to Edge of Fate. Just vibing, man. Just having a good time. Yo, Toshibo, what's up? Hey, by the way, everyone, if you're just joining us, remember over on the Twitch side that you can become a sub on Twitch or gift a sub on Twitch for a limited time to get this emblem. And the Bungie Foundation has some donation stuff going on where you can click the links at the top of both chats to get things like this exclusive emblem and help those in need. There's also, I think, like 7 more returning emblems from the history of Destiny that you can donate and see as well. I believe we are less than $5,000 away from this community raising $200,000 for charity, which is pretty absurd. We will possibly hit it with the release of the shader on Tuesday, which is pretty fucking unreal. Any sleeper picks you're thinking about for builds in Edge of Fate? Bruh, you're our fucking competitors. You think I'm giving away my strats? That's absurd. Yes, there are sleeper picks I'm thinking about in Edge of Fate. No, I'm not going to be telling you them. Good try, though. Almost got him. Welcome to the big leagues, Joe. No information's free. I think the last couple of weeks drop, if I'm not mistaken, the soundtrack's like the night before. I don't remember for sure though. I think I might have made that up. I don't know. I'm just fucking existing, man. I'm surprised I remember how to live correctly at this point. Sometimes I think I'm so busy, I'm just gonna keel over. I just forget how to do the existence. Alrighty. Yo, something rude. Yeah, less than 72 hours. We'll be gaming on Kepler. So what kind of chemistry do you do for your IRL job? I'm a synthetic polymer chemist. I work primarily in like sustainable plastics, that sort of thing. I obviously can't go too in depth because that's all like, I'll get sued into like fucking the ground. And I like my job and I like not being in debt to mega corporations. So I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, synthetic chemistry. Scare works with your mom. I might. Explain your profession in Destiny terms. I'm an Amalong. I would make what Amalong guns shoot. Ido's tonic assistant? No, I'm not really in like pharmaceuticals or drugs or anything. I could dabble though. So, Scarred, did Lodi actually kill JFK? In my heart of hearts, he did, yes. I think Allison tried to deflect from that on Twitter a little bit, but I don't believe her. She's part of the deep state. Lodi killed JFK for sure. You can clip that and ship that, okay? As far as I'm concerned, Allison Lurs is in the Destiny universe CIA. She doesn't want us to know the truth, okay?
He wanted nothing to do with us. He was disgusted by what we became. We changed and he didn't. Oryx and his infinite adaptability.
Oh, here, let me check this chest real quick.
He wanted to go back. That's what his logic entailed.
Who would have thought in 2025 people would be debating the assassination of JFK in Destiny? That's just good lore, okay?
We have to let
I might
him
actually stick
go.
around. I was gonna not stick around for this one, but I think I'm gonna stick around for this one. This is like... Never mind, it's shit. It's too hard. I'm dying. Do you see this? How am I supposed to do this without dying? I quit, bro. I quit. So is Ido a drug dealer? Yes. She's just a rebellious teenager, man. As you do. Oh, I can go turn these in. I will here in a second, because this will be... Okay. I don't know if I've gotten a single sword to drop in the last 2 days, by the way. This shit sucks. So then what is your favorite character? No, fuck Aramis, dude. I don't want to talk about Aramis. I think Aramis assassinated JFK. I think that's the real truth. What if we assassinated Aramis? You know, it's sad that in Destiny 2025, if we assassinate Aramis, that is technically a political assassination. Hello? What do you think about Aramis? No!
Bad.
Yes! Very, very bad.
Very
She's
bad.
the worst character in Destiny history.
Worst character. Why is she even in the game?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. We should have killed her 4 times ago. We just keep letting her get away. No, not like Kitty. We should not have killed Kitty. Why would you say that? Oh, we let Kitty get away? From what? I like Zavala. Zavala's cool. And he knows Stasis now. And Keith David is sick. Worst character's gotta be Nimbus? Nah. Nimbus is fine. Like, Nimbus on a... They're like a solid 5 out of 10 on the Nimbus scale. on the Nimbus scale. On the character skill. They're just fine. The difference is Aramis is offensively bad. That's the big difference, right? Why is that cat making noise? Aramis is? Yeah, my cat hates Aramis too. I don't think she likes that. Nimbus hate is low-key so forced. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Like, if I find it hard to feel anything for Nimbus other than just like complete apathy. Like they just exist. They didn't serve the story at all. They're fine, but they're not like hurting anyone. You know what I mean? Aramis hurts me mentally. Drifter is the worst character? That's an absurd take. That's an insane, absurd, crazy talk. That's hate bait. That's what that is. There's no way that's a real opinion. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with Parasite and YouTube chat. For all the crap Nimbus gets, it's kind of deserved, but Osiris was much worse in Lightfall. I totally agree with that. I think Osiris was definitely the worst character. The worst of the 2 characters. It just in, not overall, but in Lightfall specifically. Osiris was like insufferable. Insufferable. Just like whining the whole time. Like, come on, I fucking get it, man. You're going through some shit, but like, I'm not your mom, you know? So, has anyone seen Superman? Is it worth it? As a... I like superhero films, but I'm not a DC fan for the most part. Is the Superman movie worth seeing? Like, I liked James Gunn's Suicide Squad, even though I'm not really a fan of DC. So, with that context... Wow, lots of mixed opinions. That's insane. Okay. Crispy, that's pretty good. This might be me having disposable income, but even if Edge of Fate doesn't hit in terms of replayability content, I'm excited to play the story and find out more about the 9. Also, Allison is, as the narrative director, is helping me get even more excited. Yeah, Allison's a fucking gem. She's awesome. And I think if you have to worry about anything with the system changes, at least in my opinion, with everything they're doing with the portal and the feed system and all of that stuff, I think replayability is going to be far from an issue. I think they are, especially like expansion content, is going to be like so much more replayable than current versions of. Hell yeah, brother! Boop. Boop. Not adept. Hell yeah. I think it's crazy we didn't get a new strike. It's very clear that they are stepping away from strikes to put that effort into more interesting and dynamic 3-person content. This comes down to a name thing, okay? We saw this happen with Battlegrounds. We've seen this happen for years. So, like, for instance, I think a great example of this that I use a lot is Savathûn Spire. Savathûn Spire is not a strike in name. But for all intents and purposes, it fills the exact same role as strike content, where it's a 3-person thing, about a 10-minute activity. The exception, or like the difference being that Savathûn Spire is a lot more dynamic and interesting than your typical strike in Destiny currently. So I actually am a big fan of them stepping away from strikes as long as that those resources go into making equivalent types of content that are more interesting, which they have been doing so far. And it seems like they're going to continue to do so. So, like, for instance, the fact that we get all these replayable Pale Heart style things and a destination activity on Kepler in itself, if we get one of those in exchange for a strike, I think it's worth it, personally. So I think people are getting way too focused on names and like specific named content versus looking at what hole that content fills and talking about whether or not we are getting something else that fits into that slot, which we are. Touche, Mr. Streamer. It's a Dr. Streamer. Oh no, Tromar. The YouTube algorithm strikes again. I gotta flex this in the Discord. Okay, let me go to the hell, brother. Oh, that was... I guess I'm still gonna do this for my exotic farms, but... That was a lot faster than I thought. Yeah, what? Yeah, it is the same for Lost Sectors as well. Like, that worked for Lost Sectors. Lost Sectors have been kind of boring and static and just getting more annoying over time, longer and longer for the same rewards. And so, like, that was confirmed to me that instead of making Lost Sectors, they put that work into making solo ops. And while solo ops still aren't really targeted towards me in the same way Lost Sectors aren't really targeted towards me, they are definitely more interesting and they're moving forward in a way that just making more lost sectors doesn't. So I like this new approach of varying content types and difficulty and dynamicism and such and so forth. And so I'm a big fan of like their approach to these things. Yo, Fred, thank you so much for the sub. What's up, Chili? I don't understand that reference at all. Everyone was posting that anime picture or whatever, but I don't really know what that means. Alrighty, more exotic farming. Well, how many exotics do I have? I have like 4, right? Oh, I've got 5 exotics. Chad, I think we go have a little exotic party here. I think... Alright, what do we think is more important? Do we think Geomag splits or Sanguine splits are more important? What are we focusing here, chat? No, we're talking about Warlock, Lab. Come on. What are we thinking? I have good Starfire. Starfire's the only great splits I have on Warlock for exotics. So for DPS, I'm thinking Apotheosis. I'm thinking... What Apotheosi do I even have on Warlock? Probably shit. Actually... Like, sort of an accidentally like, not the worst splits on this, actually. 19, or 20, sorry, 16, 20? I've seen worse. Think Sanguine. The death of Sanguine is way over. You just have to switch 10 seconds earlier. That's like,
Guardian?
whatever. That's a fucking easy fix. I'm not worried about it. Not worried about that at all. So let's just say this Apotheosis is good enough for now. Yo, Helsing, thank you for the gifted. Enjoy your emblem, my friend. Let's do Geomags. Wait. Let's do Sanguine. Let's do one of each. Trash. I mean, not the best, but that's not bad. That's better than nothing. I'll take that. For exotics, I'm gonna switch to super.
Why are we sending guardians to die?
Your return honors me, Guardian.
Oh! Wait, what? Alright, I'm gonna do one more Sanguine. What in the motherfucker is... What the fuck is happening?
Speak to me not of the darkness. I want the light.
What the fuck? Okay. So I think the rest of my... time farming or spending exotics is going to be on Titan. Okay.
Anything with the new Mark 40s.
Feeling pretty good about that.
Do you have something for me, Guardian?
You don't have something for me, Guardian. Hey, Guardian. You have something for me? Guardian. Okay.
Not gonna be a problem.
Let's go do some more farms.
I need a rest.
What the fuck was I doing? Oh, okay. I'm gonna go into a raid with a Warlock. I always do. What is the PO bonus for the new expansion? Is there anything I'll miss out on permanently if I don't PO? Oh, pre-order? No. It's like a ghost shell. You'll be fine. It's a ghost shell and is that it? Is that all? Is that all it is? This is the ghost shell. It's fine. And something. Oh, you get all the Star Wars shit as well, right? For the higher pre-order, the higher edition, or is that the deluxe edition? You can get that anytime. I don't even fucking know. I don't know. It's you're not missing anything crazy. Oh. Yeah, you'll get New Land Beyond when the expansion drops. They always do that. Probably be a quest or something post campaign. It's probably my least favorite one area because of the boss. Yo, Anthony, thank you for the gifted sub. Enjoy your emblem, my friend. There we go, yeah. So yeah, you're not missing too much if you don't pre-order, which I think is, I like that. I'm glad they don't tie anything insane to the pre-orders. Do you know if we have to pre-Masterwork armor from farming since the Masterwork system is changing? No, old armor, I believe, should function exactly the same. I don't think anything is going to change. I think, literally, even if you farm 2.0 armor after Edge of Fate, let's say, like, you want to go in and farm Pit or whatever after Edge of Fate, it should still behave exactly the same. Yo, Joe, Ronald, thank you for the sub, my friend, and enjoy your emblem. Appreciate you very much. Oh yeah, Darth. Anytime, my friend, anytime. Bro, how have I done my two before they even have done their one? What are we doing over here, boys? That person's barely left spawn. What's up, Joe? How you doing? Dude, Dude, is that one of Milo's emotes? That's terrifying. Oh, and this is the easy one. You just stand on some lamps. No, on Prime. So sorry, I didn't notice this is a Prime. That is correct. On Prime, you do not get the emblem. That's my bad. Sorry about that. I don't think you can farm the old armor via pit or whatever, since every new drop will be part of the tiering system. That is not correct. 2.0 armor will not be getting updated. Only new armor is part of the tiering system, Spider. The same with weapons. Old weapons, like if you go back and do a deep stone, it'll drop old armor, old weapons. Only new armor and new weapons are part of the tiering system. In the GitHub system, they mentioned that any new item will have tiering system. Yeah, new item. While I was there, I directly asked, and they said old stuff will still drop 2.0. So unless something has changed in the last month, everything... Old stuff will not be dropping the 3.0 system. That's why you're still able to make, like, crafted weapons, for instance. When crafted weapons are completely different from tiered weapons. But we'll just have to wait and see. But I believe it was either Robbie or Ben. I specifically asked. I was like, so can I go back and farm? That might even be in my interview video, or in Mac's interview. It's in one of our. I think it's in one of our interview videos. I don't remember, but one of us directly, because I directly asked while we were there, and then one of us directly asks again during the interview. Can we go farm old raids for new tiered weapon, armor and weapons? And the answer is a resounding no. Tiers are just stat ranges. That is not true. Tiers are stat ranges, number of perks on something. Armor 3.0, like all tiered stuff, will have armor set bonuses. Like it's all tied together. And no old armor and stuff is going to have that. Oh, that is, once again, unless something has drastically changed since last month when I asked them directly. Do we know when the feature exotic list will get updated? Renegades? Probably Renegades. Yeah, probably Renegades. It might. I wouldn't be surprised if it's altered a little bit during Ash and Iron. Or like at the launch of Ash and Iron, but I don't think that has been discussed.
He wanted nothing.
If it has been discussed, I haven't seen it.
He was disgusted by what we became. We changed.
Yeah, Fatebringer, I really liked that interview as well. And what I really liked about that interview is, so we're talking about Milo's interview with Robbie yesterday. They discussed the feat system, and I was under the impression that feats were just going to be like, hey, you know, there's a timer or whatever, XYZ, like sort of similar to like modifiers on like portal activities. But it seems like there will be some of those, but a lot of the feats seems like they might like actually really drastically impact how you approach certain encounters and such, which I think is really cool. So we'll have to wait and see how that like plays out, what the extent of that is, but we'll have to. Or it sounds really cool. It sounds a lot more in depth than I thought it was going to be. I hope they had tier systems to old raids. So they did mention this in the old in the article going over from September or whatever, November last year when they first talked about what would become epic raids and stuff. They mentioned that they do want to find a way to update old dungeons and raids, and I do like it. They're gonna do that. Like it would be. That's such an easy layup for them to do. It's sort of like how they went back and they added crafted weapons sold raids. I would bet once every couple of seasons we get like oh, this time around Garden's been refreshed and now you can get tier 5 weapons, and we've refreshed the perk pool and maybe added shiny weapons or whatever. I bet we'll get all sorts of shit like that. Rivadike? Yeah, what, sorry, I butchered your name. In Milo's interview yesterday with Robbie, they mentioned that. Oh, no, I lied, sorry. That's with CB Gray's interview with Tyson Green that just dropped today. They talk about crafted weapons. And that crafted weapons are still sticking around, but they are much, much more for catch-up mechanics. Sounds like towards the end of the year. And it really sounds like they're investigating some sort of crafted system for armor to help alleviate our vault space issues. And it sounds like that's probably what they've been talking about with Renegades. So we'll have to see. I don't know anything about mementos being used on tiered weapons instead of crafted weapons. I have no idea. Yo, pre-tapes, what's up? How you doing? What's your opinion on World's First versus normal mode changes? We talked about this at the beginning of the stream, but long story short, I'm not a fan of the change, but it's mostly just because I really, really, really enjoy the entire vibe and spectacle of contest mode and people trying to get their placements. I think the World's First raid and contest mode are so much more than just the first team that finishes. And like once we end up getting our completions, I love going back and watching other teams and like our friends try to get best placements possible and stuff. And I really just like the entire community being focused on this group of, you know, elite gamers and this hard activity and you know, the community moments that spawn from that, like 2402 and that sort of thing. We have some jokes just among our friends about some of our friend groups choking and stuff during day ones, and this, you know, the situation and sort of the vibe around the entire thing will not be the same if like there's not like a community hype moment behind it as well, or like a bunch of eyes on it. So I really like I keep drawing comparisons to sort of like the Super Bowl. Like, you know, generally the Super Bowl kind of stands on its own, and then you'll have other smaller events surrounding it throughout the year or whatever, or related to it throughout the year. But once it's time for like the best of the best to go at it and the hardest difficulty, all eyes are on them. And I really, I think it's something that's super unique to Destiny in the gaming space, and it's something that I don't really like the move away from. I wouldn't really like. I think a healthy compromise is, you know, activate normal at 24 hours or whatever, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I don't think it's going to, like, kill Destiny or anything. It's just, my preference is I would like for the entire focus for at least those first 24 hours to be on contest mode. I think that, also, if people know that they could just wait for normal, I think they're less likely to push themselves to experience contests, which I think is also a mistake. Like, I think there should be a lot of reasons for people to push themselves to do contest mode. I think it's really good. So that's kind of my general feeling. But like I said, it's really not that big of a deal. But just my preference would be contest exists by itself. Is normal 24 hours thing a thing they did in the past? No, I don't think so. Usually you have to wait for the 48. Fuck, I mean, back in the, I think the first contest modes, no, it used to be 24. Yeah, so contest modes were 24 hours until VOW. That's what I'm remembering. But changed with VOW because of server instability things. I mentioned this earlier. Like I think like Cross brought up a fair point that like people are just gonna go practice in normal. Like if there's like a brutal encounter like Witness, people are just gonna go because like let's say your team's really struggling with Witness DPS, right? Just surviving during the DPS phase. Then it makes sense where you'll be able to get more regular and consistent pulls off if you go practice that in normal, because you'll be able to reach that damage phase faster and more consistently and that sort of thing on normal. And I do think that does take away from some of the skill expression, like having to learn how to do that. The mechanical stuff in contest is a completely different skill set and set of skills and experience compared to learning to do in easier modes and then working your way up to the harder stuff. That is just different. Psycho Palm. Oh my god. It's trash. I already have a god roll anyways. I don't even know why I checked. But just one guy, just one loser's opinion. Doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal either way. Issues, some streams are unwatchable because blacking out screens and the voices. Yeah, that stops after the world's first. This change does not affect that at all. Like, people are still going to do that. And the part of the experience that I am describing, which is the teams placing after world's first. People don't black out their screens after world's first has been achieved. There's no reason to.
He wanted nothing to do with us. He was
So,
disgusted by what
we discussed this earlier in the stream, but that is a non-factor in this discussion entirely.
Warlock and his infinite adaptability. He wanted to go back. That's
What do you think of
his
streamers having black
logic
screen, no sound? I'm
entailed.
not enjoying that part of the race. Watch someone else. I would encourage watching things like the Evan and CB show, because they're not gonna spend a lot of time on people with their screens blacked out and stuff. You choose what streamers you watch. I am not gonna fault them for trying to get a competitive advantage. I would do and have done the exact same thing. I do not care at all. Clearing the raid after 14 hours and then having to do it a second time for challenge mode to get an emblem or getting nothing for it wasn't very rewarding when the Taken King was released, at least. I don't really understand what you were describing or what that's in reference to. I don't know. I like the reprise raid, but that's like, once again, not something that will ever apply to anything we're doing ever again, because that's just not how raids work anymore. So, like, we're not getting any more reprise raids, at least not for the foreseeable future, so that's not really, whatever. They're heading down the road again where they're trying to casualize the game again. I don't agree with that. That's the thing that's a little bit confusing to me about this change specifically, is, like, a lot of what they are doing with the portal and with tier 5 weapons and the new build crafting changes, they're making it more approachable on the front end, but they're adding so much depth and grind that we don't have currently in the game. Like, there is no equivalent in the game right now to grinding out a perfect set of tier 5 armor or tier 5 weapons or any of that sort of stuff in the portal. Like, there's just objectively no equivalent that we have right now. There's no equivalent to ultimate mode or selectable difficulties in terms of, like, making it as hard as you can. There's no equivalent to the epic raid. Like, a lot of what they are doing is making the game more approachable on the front end and easier to jump into on the front end, but they're adding way more hard content and things to actually, like, farm and grind for, and, like, getting rid of a lot of crafting and stuff like that. All of that is for players like myself and a lot of us that want more difficult content to push ourselves in and more things to farm. They are making this game a lot more attractive to players like myself with this new update. That's so I don't agree that they're trying to casualize the game again, because that's none of these changes speak to that. With the exception of the contest thing, which is why it kind of stands out a little bit, in my
Keep a
opinion.
keen eye and your finger on the trigger, hero.
Isn't getting God Roll tier 5 armor just going to be a 1 in 24 chance because of the 30, 25, 20 distribution? No, because you'll have to get the perfect... well, you'll have to do it for every set of armor bonuses that you like. For armor set bonuses, you'll have to, you know, grind over and over again. You'll have to get the perfect stat flip mod, which is a random chance as well. And then you have to farm for, so you'll have to get what you'll have to get for every set that you like, for at least 4 pieces of armor. You'll have to get the correct archetype, you'll have to get the correct tertiary stat, and you'll have to get the correct stat tuning mod. That's a lot of deepening RNG. So like the way I kind of described it, I think on like my first stream after I could talk about it, is like, it will be, in my opinion, easier than ever to get like a solid 8.5 or 9 out of 10 armor set, especially since you can like focus farm things now. But for that perfect 10 out of 10, or now they're deepening it so you can even get like an 11 out of 10, because there's like no true equivalent in Destiny right now. You'll have to put, there's like a much deeper grind for the perfect stuff than exists currently. Thought you could change the stat tuning mod. Nope. Stat tuning mod is an RNG between one of the 6 stats, where you can add stats to any of the other 6, but you can only take from one stat. So I might get a piece of archetype, whatever archetype, whatever tertiary stat, I might get a piece of armor in 3.0, and I get a stat tuning mod, but I can only ever take from like intellect, or from super, for instance. But I can assign those points to any of the other stats. So you have to at least get one of the stats you don't care about, or you want to take from and put into something else. What's up, Kendo Win? Scarab, may I ask you this? What made Ron such a controversial raid? The contest mode was completed in 2 hours. And more people completed the contest mode of Ron than every previous contest put together. And off of contest mode, on contest mode, only 2 people had to do mechanics. Off of contest mode, only 1 person had to do mechanics. And most people had to do, or could only contribute to doing ad clear. It's just not a very mechanically interesting raid, and there's no combat difficulty to it at all. There were no damage checks on the bosses. You could skip half of the mechanics in Nezarec just by going fast. It was just a very undercooked raid, I think is the controversial thing about it. And does the new raid have to be considered a really good one? Just longer? No, I think there are plenty of raids that are considered really good that are pretty short. Deepstone comes to mind. I'd say Vow isn't the longest raid in the world. People love Vow, for instance. So Leviathan, people love the Leviathan for the most part. Not a very long raid. I think it just has to do with like how unique and interesting are the mechanics. Is there any sort of unique combat challenge as well that makes it feel different than other raids? And is it just fun to do repeatedly? I think that's what it comes down to. And can you get more people to actually like interact with the raid than 2 people not doing ad clear, you know? Like I think there are reasons that I actually like Root to Nightmares more than the average person, but that's because I really like doing like low man raids, and I think Ron is one of the most interesting low man raids. I think it's really fun to do low man. But like honest, if that's the saving grace of your raid, that's pretty telling. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this raid's not very fun to do with 6 people, but with 1 person, it's pretty fun. It's like, well, I think that speaks to the problem in itself, right? Seen Bite's video about the raid, he said it's 100% a Vex raid because of the Vex corruption in the raid teaser video. I think also because of like the leaked weapon. It's not even leaked, like now they've shown it. The weapons that we don't know where they come from, they're likely raid weapons. They have a very Vex aesthetic too as well. I don't think any raid is unfun with 6. I think there's a very strong. I think there are a couple raids that you could say are very, very, very under the level of fun that raids typically are. I think Garden is one of those. I think Root is one of those. I think Vault of Glass is way under that bar as well. Can't believe you defended the Trials Ornament at all. Can you please point to me where I defended the Trials Ornament? Are you fucking stupid? People get mad at me because they're illiterate. That's absurd. Like, sorry, I'm not your reading teacher, bucko. Milo's recent interview had a small part about the epic raid coming Ash Iron. The thought process behind it sounds very interesting. I agree. I think all the little things that they are teasing about the epic raid make me very excited. But we don't. I'm trying to manage my expectations for the epic raid because we obviously have seen almost nothing about it. So we were getting little tidbits. I love the ideas. They sound like really unique, interesting, and like just new, fresh takes. And I think that's awesome. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, epic raids are gonna be fucking awesome, because they might be super lame. Who the fuck knows? They've tried doing this like harder version of the raid thing like 4 times, and they've only ever been good once during Rise of Iron, right? So err on the side of caution with your expectations on these ones, boys. Is it epic in difficulty? It is the new version of Master Raids. But they have new drops. There will at least be unique weapons that drop from them. There will be new mechanics. They made it sound like it's an entirely new way of experiencing the raid. And we'll have like meaningful changes, and there are potentials for additional encounters. So I have no fucking idea what to expect. It's kind of all over the place. It's a hard thing to be like, oh, it's a hard thing to envision, like, oh, this is exactly what this will be like, you know? I'm devastated that the Edge of Fate Collector's Edition is delayed until mid-September in the UK. Oh, is it? That fucking sucks. Damn. Damn, that's a huge delay. Defending the ornament chat has to be the YouTube chat. It's just so, yeah, it is YouTube chat. If you ever have to question someone's media literacy, they're probably in the YouTube chat. That's the sad reality. It sucks because most of YouTube, I'd say 95% of YouTube chat's really chill, but there are creatures there, man. It's just fucking wild. It's just fucking wild. I don't understand. I'm so over it. I almost want to get a shirt made for GCX that says, "I'm sorry I called you illiterate on Twitter." But fuck me, I swear half my interactions on Twitter are with people that have literally no idea how to do basic comprehension of the English language. Just I'm so over it. I literally could not type words any more clearly, and it is just like, just getting sick of it. Just getting sick of it. Is what it is, though. Adult, yeah, literacy is actually an issue nowadays. Yeah, I fucking know. I have to deal with it. It is becoming like my problem. Yo, what's up, Paper? People just come out sweet. Like, this happened yesterday where if you guys didn't see, honestly, good on you for not being on Twitter if you didn't see this, but they're doing the new conditional finality ornament for trials. You go flawless and you can unlock an ornament for conditional finality that's trials themed in game, but you have to buy it for silver or wait until later in the season and buy it with Bright Dust. And my tweets, like, I don't like this, This is only acceptable in a world where we get confirmation that that money goes back into Crucible. And then, like, in a subsequent tweet, I was like, but we have no indication that will happen. Crucible is been always neglected for the last 5 or 6 years of Destiny. So until we start seeing, you know, evidence that Crucible's starting to get some love, it's not okay to monetize what is already an incredibly limited reward pool. And then people just come in, oh, how are you defending this? How do you want them to monetize Crucible? It's like, are you fucking, like, read? Like, what is happening? What is happening? I just can't take it, man. Yeah, and then Lab had a banger tweet. But I'm not gonna pull it up, because Lab doesn't need an ego boost. And it's like, this is the one comparison I brought up. I really liked how back in the day, with when you got the Whisper mission, when it first came out, there were 2 unique Whisper ornaments. And then, a couple months later, they, after 0 Hour came out, they directly came out and said, hey, you only got 0 Hour because so many people bought the ornaments for Whisper, and it helped us fund the dev time and the resources to make this new exotic mission. Now, I understand that there's definitely some corporate speak in there or whatever, but I like the idea of, Bungie's a business. They have to make money. You know what I mean? And why are they going to spend time doing things like reprised raids? Why are they going to spend time making things like Crucible maps when it only hurts their bottom line? These are not things they're making money on. So if they make a Vault of Glass and then they put up like a unique Vault of Glass emote that you can buy, I'm going to support that because I want them to keep making that content. But if they make a Wrath of the Machine themed emote or whatever, but they don't bring back Wrath of the Machine, that's shitty. Because it's like, why would I fund this when you haven't done anything different with it? That's just not okay. That's how I feel. Of course, that's how I feel about the Trials thing, which is exactly what I said in my video. Trials is hugely neglected. Crucible is hugely neglected. And why would we support you taking rewards that should, you know, be used to bolster that game mode or that side of Destiny when you're neglecting it? And there's been 3-4 new maps in the last like 6 years of Destiny. 3 of those came at one time. There have been no substantial like overarching changes to Trials in a way that actually has worked to make it more approachable and dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, this should be just in the reward pool, period. People just can't read, so they come into my YouTube chat and then they misinterpret things and then they fucking try to flame me for something I clearly agree with them on. It's basically an in-game Bungie reward, which in theory sounds cool. It sounds cool if it's not being... If they did that sort of stuff, once again, for raids, for parts of the game that are not being incredibly neglected right now, I'm totally fine with it. I have no issue with it. Absolutely no issue with it. And once again, if the Vault of Glass emotes and shaders that sold well, if they help us get reprised King's Fall or whatever, then I'm totally for it. That's cool. I will spend $5 or $10 a year if it means we get even cooler extra content the following year. I will do that. I have no issue with that. I see it as like no different than like the dungeon pass. Bungie can justify making extra dungeons because they are making extra money off of it. That sort of thing. I would easily pay for a map pack in Crucible. I would easily pay for Trials themed rewards if it meant Trials got more love. I would do this. I know not everyone has the disposable income and is not in the position of privilege that I am, but I personally can make that decision and I would do it. And I feel the exact same way. That's how I approach these, themed exotic or themed cosmetics. And there's a reason why the community bullied Bungie out of not making endgame themed cosmetics 5 years ago. And with Shadowkeep, there's a huge fucking thing about it, and they promised they would stop doing it. And now, I think this could be a slippery slope back. But it all comes back down to Okay, well, how much love does Crucible start getting? If they're going to be trying to fund it with cosmetics or whatever. So that's where I am. And also, I'm begging you to learn how to read. Yeah, it's like selling his skin in Gambit right now. Yeah, like literally exactly. Although I don't want them to make Gambit. I don't want them to put any resources into Gambit, so that's fine. I don't really care about that as much. But all jokes aside, yeah, that's a good example too. Just unbelievable, man. I'm getting so sick of it. What if the raid exotic is an easy kill against one of the bosses, like it has happened in DSC and Salvation's Edge? What? DSC was Lament. That's not a raid exotic. Made Atrax easier to kill. What in Salvation's Edge are you talking about? What exotic made... Did I miss tech where the fucking... Oh, are you talking about Still Hunt? Still Hunt's also not a raid exotic. Did you... Yeah, maybe that was just not phrased correctly. Oh, you were talking about Euphony. I have like 1 kill on Euphony. I think it's a trash exotic. People stand it all the time. I'm not a fan. Until I'm shown like tech that makes it not copium.
We never had him back in the first place. He wanted nothing to do with us. He was disgusted by what we became. We changed and he didn't. Oryx's infinite adaptability. He wanted to go back. That's what his logic entailed. Let him go. Zero system. We have to let him go.
Exotic farming continues, my friends. We're gonna be so exoticed up. It's gonna be so sick. Do you think Bungie should launch Destiny 2 on Switch 2? I feel like Bungie has gone down the road of spending a lot of resources to port Destiny to other... Like, do we think that... How much work was wasted getting Destiny to work on Stadia, is my point. They should release Destiny 1 for PC instead. I think that is an equally big waste of resources. I don't know. I'm not the... What I can say is if Bungie pays a lot of people a lot of money to come up with figures and estimates for business cases for different scenarios. And I can tell you without any doubt at all, if Bungie had any slight reason to think that releasing Destiny 1 on PC could make them a fuck shit ton of money, they would have already done it. I promise you that. You do not know better than people who have spent their entire careers doing market research for shit like this. Didn't they get paid to put on Stadia though? I have no idea. Same thing with like the Destiny 1 remake. Like, I think that shit would die off so fucking fast. I think people would play for like a week or two and then stop playing. And clearly Bungie agrees with some version of that since they've never even pursued it. I think it's just such an incredible waste of time. Or it would be. What do you think of the meaning of their 3 lights powers to balance the darkness? They're talking about the 3 light subclasses. I know this won't happen, but would you drop all console support? Same conversation. Bungie has market research people. They know approximately how much money they would lose if they did that. They know exactly how much further they could push the game if they could do that, and what appeal that has to the audience or whatever. There's a reason they haven't done that yet. From a technical perspective and from a monetary perspective, there's a reason they haven't dropped old gen support yet. And I don't like trying to guesstimate or answer these questions because I'm not a business major. I have 0 experience in market research. Just like if you ask, I would never go to one of Bungie's market research team and be like, hey, what do you think you can come up with a polymer that has a higher flex modulus than polycarbonate, is sustainable, and has a TEG of 125? No one would ever ask, in their right mind, ask them that, because that's not their area of expertise, and they won't have anything meaningful to say. Which is why I do not answer questions about this sort of thing. Same reason why I will never make a comment about the fucking the state of Destiny's engine or whatever. Like, I have no fucking idea, boys, and it just sounds stupid if I try and answer that. I think the internet has made people way too confident in making definitive statements about shit they have literally nothing of substance to speak on. I hope players that are burnt out just stop for the health of themselves and the game community. It sucks having players that obviously are not in a good mental place when playing. Yeah, that's a hard... I think in a lot of ways, let me phrase it like this. I wouldn't be surprised if we look back in 20 years, or you know, some sort of group looks back in the next 20 years or whatever, and it's sort of decided or agreed upon that, like, maybe games going all in on this live service thing is a really bad idea. It's like live service games feel like a very short-term gain, but it hurts you in the long run type of thing, or it's like not very sustainable, and maybe you could have actually ended up making a lot more money and having a more stable fan base if you took your time with it, versus just pumping out content every fucking 3 months. But I like my content every 3 months, so I'm gonna shut my mouth. Without wanting to misquote, or as I don't remember exactly, Mayo said that he asked one of the devs about dropping old console support. He was told that since Rise of Iron, there had been legislation changes for some reason that make it unfeasible to stop supporting older platforms. Oh, I'll have to ask Milo about that. That's really interesting. But like, also as a consumer, that's a good thing, right? Yeah, Destiny is definitely a very special case. Something that has stayed profitable for this long and has maintained this amount of consistent content. Even not accounting for the stuff they've taken out of the game. Or even accounting for it, like only what we have left in the game. It's still an absurd amount of the game. Warframe says hi. Warframe has been successful, but it's kind of silly to pretend it's been as successful as Destiny, you know what I mean? Where are we at? Where are we at? Warframe makes a good, you know, like, Warframe's like a good cheer wine to Destiny's Coke. I was trying to think of like a, what's a good cola comparison to like, so there's like Coke and then step down's Pepsi in terms of like popularity or success. What's like the brown soda that's even a step down from Pepsi? You know what I mean? That's Warframe. Yeah, fucking Warframe's the RC Cola to Destiny's Coke, for sure. That's a good one. Fucking RC Cola, dude. Yeah, that's kind of the point, Paper. Nothing like RC Cola and a moon pie, brother.
Punching me in the face. I did, but that's not the point.
Would a company pay $3.6 billion for Warframe? Yeah, that's an excellent question. That's a very, very good question. I have a hard time believing it, but I also don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to know Warframe's business case. You know what I mean? I just have a hard time believing that it's that good, but could be wrong. Not trying to put down Warframe. Once again, that's not my intention. I never want to be the guy that's like, fuck your video game, because I want everyone to enjoy what they enjoy. Please don't take that away, or please don't let that be the takeaway from this. Unless you're one of the people in my mentions on Twitter that can't read, then fuck whatever video games you like, bro. All right, we're gonna spend some Kyros's here. I'm excited. I think I got 4. I'm about to get a goaded on the sauce Kyros. You just don't even fucking know it, okay? Thank you, Flinders, or Flinders? Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you very much. Oh, my free non-airy. Thank you. Good shout, lab. Alrighty. Oh, yes, they did disable non-area engrams, didn't they? Is this gonna... I don't even get my one free one? Oh, they re-enabled them? Sick.
Everything dies. They've shown me.
Oh, hell yeah. More like the stimulation shell, am I right? Get that out of here. Alrighty.
Be relentless.
Alright, we're gonna go pull a fucking goated on the sauce Kyros right now. You guys are about... I'm about to get the perfect 30-30 Kyros. Weapon super. Titan drip? Gotcha. I wonder if the new... Oh, hell yeah. You can see my ass, bro. Oh, come on. Come on. Hell yeah. Thanks, Destiny. Oh, these are the same things, just without the droopy things? Why would they do that? What a weird... Brother! I do think that one's actually way cooler. I'm gonna do that one. I think that one's way cooler than this one. Do I think... Wait a second. Let me check in the inventory screen. I fucking hate the Destiny 2 tower. Holy shit.
Well, Titan, let's see what we have here.
If it helps my load times in the tower, I think they should drop all console support. Alright, here we go. Yo! A big copium, but there are use cases where that might be very interesting. I'm holding my secrets close to my chest here, but could be interesting. Don't worry about it.
What can I do for you, Titan?
Don't worry about it, my friend. I'm cooking. Okay, here we go. Trash. Trash. Damn. Damn, brother. I'm really gonna have to fucking hit the... have to hit the GM farms hard tomorrow, my fellas.
Are you ready?
Hell yeah, I'm ready, brother.
Requisition.
Want to do GMs? Yo, Tilted Frank, thank you. Are you doing GMs right now, Paper? Doing GMs right now? I don't know. Am I locked in enough to do GMs right now? I think I might be locked in enough. Am I locked in enough? Do I want to do GMs right now? Fuck 'em. Alright, let's do it, Paper. Let's do it.
Just gonna take a minute here.
Alright, you guys can join. We'll do GMs, but if you die, I'm kicking you. Paper gets a slot, though. Paper gets a slot. It's yes. No, Tilted. You'll be fine without the FOMO armor. You'll be alright. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. Okay, Lab. Alright, Lab. Oh. Lab joined my fire team. Typed the word wiener in fire team chat and left. Solo vaulted glass? Is that fucking... Terminal over? Is that's New Muna? What the hell? Blaziken, you coming? Oh, Dad bot. Okay, let's fucking go. Oh, wait. 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 Because I can't launch. Okay. Do either of you have... Paper dust. Sick. Let's go. Just let us launch everything. When was the last time you got a weapon in this game and we're actually happy to get it? Looking through dim. Looking through dim. I was really happy when I got my my velocity baton roll. Oh, I mean, unvoiced. I think the unvoiced farms are really good. I think, even though I think dungeon farms should be improved, I've got to say I did have a good amount of time, or I did have a good time rather farming Sundered and Vespers this year. I thought they were a lot of fun to farm. Could have been better, but not bad.
We received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot. I want you to get in there and figure out what they know.
Any changes to the checkpoint farm system in Edge of Fate? Not that I'm aware of. I don't know what would be getting changed, but... A fun little tip here is if you're farming this chat, and you come across a hypernova, just skip it and leave it for your friends. Right on. Oh, we talked about it a couple times, pal. They're just asking my opinion of the normal mode going live after contest. Once again, like, I've said this a couple times this stream. For me, it's more about... I'm not a big fan because I think it hurts the spectacle. Bruh. The spectacle of day one, where I really like the kind of community moment of everyone focusing on just contest teams competing for the best placement or that they can get. I think it goes well past the world's first team, and I really don't like detracting from those moments personally. So I'm not a big fan. I wish it would last the full 24. It is not double Nightfall rewards. It should have been, but it's not. Perfect opportunity for double Nightfall rewards. Wow, this is really great. Having a good time. Yeah, Hutch. It's been crazy. Fucking what else? New Dance Gavin Dance is really good. New 1000 Below is really good. New Ink was fine. I actually was not a huge fan of the new Ice on Kill song, unfortunately. What else is there? Bro, what a weird place to put my orb.
Excellent work, Captain. You are at 50% completion of this task.
Oh, fuck me, man. Damn. What else? So hypothetically, it'd be a good compromise if we have contest open for 48 and open normal after 24. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Totally fine with that. Because like I said, for me, it's mostly about the spectacle. I'm going to put on the sword after this run. They're fucking zooming, bro. What else? I feel like there's like way more. Oh, the new era's really good.
Here's Cardigan.
What's the best build for raid contest legend campaign? We're gonna have to wait and see. They're changing so much. It is not easy to say currently.
Firewall in place. That should slow it down.
Guardian down.
Barricade tweet? Okay, okay. Kargan's health gate's in a really weird spot. Like 45%. Oh, Synthos goated?
Location secured, Commanders.
In fact, not goated, my friends.
Good work, Guardian. What intel did you discover?
There's only one data
bounties do
artifact
carry over, yeah.
labeled
Oh,
Oxa,
shit.
and it's seriously corrupted. Metadata.
Yes. If the only look, you only need to bounty prep if you're going for a contest clear the raid. The only reason, literally the only reason to bounty prep, is if you want to have every artifact mod unlocked before the raid. If you don't care about that, then don't bounty prep.
We received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot.
No, I checked the tweet. I liked it. I liked it.
Figure out what they know.
Depends on your builds. I think there are a lot of really good artifacts. So like it also depends on like kind of the raid, like how much survivability matters versus maybe a little extra damage versus how many people in your raid team are a certain brother. Like, why am I dying? What is happening? I don't even know what killed me there. Killed by the architects. Was it a Bane or something? Like, what the fuck? But I think a lot of the Frost Armor stuff is going to be really good. I think, like I said, I think there's some sleepers in there, but we'll have to see. Farmable dungeons this week are Duality, I think is the only one of note, but Duality fucking sucks for armor nowadays. They kind of ruined it, so nothing too good.
One more. Keep an eye out for another Cabal drop or Centurion.
GM farming's never going to be the same after this season. It's going to be weird after, like, literally 2 or 3 years of this being like one of the best farms in the game.
Guardian down.
Oh, are we good? I'm gonna die anyways. That's insane. It's gonna be weird. But it's also exciting because like that means the optimal farms are gonna be new activities, or at least activities that weren't previously the optimal farm, which is nice. GMs aren't going to be removed per se, but it's not like this. Like, they won't exist in their current form. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like if you want to like, well, the things you're farming rotate like their primary rewards on a daily basis, and then like because you can set your modifier, it'll be anything in the portal system essentially can do this, and the best thing the farm is going to change every day, and based off of like your personal need and stuff as well. So it'll just be different. It won't be like, oh, this week you're farming insight. It's like, okay, today I'm farming Sapphire Spire. Tomorrow I'm farming blah blah blah. The day after I'm farming blah blah blah. You know, it'll be a lot more dynamic and just different.
Down, 2 to go. Guardian down.
Brutal. The rewards rotate daily. There will be like a set range of activities that are in like that area of the portal for that season or for that 3-month period. But the rewards that they primarily offer rotate daily. Second chances, bro. Trash.
Location secure, Commander Zavala.
Maybe not trash.
Good work, Guardian.
The
What
shield
intel
throws
did you
are...
discover?
Oh, they're melees. They're not
There's
disciplined.
only one data artifact here, labeled Ox.
No! Yeah, Armor 3.0. Everything's going to be changed so much. It's going to be kind of wild. It's going to be a fun thing to get used to.
Guardian, we've received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot. I want you to get in there and figure out what they know.
How long do you think it'll take till we're back where we are now, not needing grind armor? I think the hope with like set bonuses is that there's always incentives from season to season for us to go get at least 2 different pieces of new armor, right? We'll have to wait and see. It kind of depends. I think we'll... Oh, shit. Oh, I'm going to die. Fuck. I think we'll have a better idea of the answer to that question. Uh-oh. We're washed. Well, a much better idea to the answer to that question. Alright. Once we see like how often they add new set bonuses, how interesting they are. Oh my fucking god, bro. Who pissed off the snipers? They're actually hitting their fucking shots. Etc. So just kind of depends. Like if you look at the so we know 5 set bonuses right now. There will be 8 total, I believe, in this DLC. So we know 5 of them, and really only one of them really looks that interesting, and that's the Bushido 2 set bonus. So if out of the 10 set bonuses that we know currently, because every armor set has 2, we know 5 armor sets. Out of the 10, only 1 is interesting. That's not really instilling a lot of confidence. But they could be kind of sandbagging early, you know? They did that with like origin traits too, so. I would be surprised if 2 aren't from the raid. I would bet the raid and the epic raid both have 1. If the campaign, or if like the destination and the harder destination have 1, I'd be shocked if the raid doesn't have 2. Hey, you maybe have answered this 10 times today. Yeah, I have. But I would like to know where you stand on the day 1 raid controversy. Maybe I should just make a raid. Maybe I should just make a video on this. At the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. But where I stand is I really like the kind of spectacle of the contest mode. I think historically that lasts a lot further than just the world's first team. And I don't think Bungie should be de-incentivizing people or drawing attention away from that. I think that at least the first 24 hours should be contest only, and we should be focused on, you know, the best players doing the hardest content in the game. And then maybe after 24 hours, if you want to open up the normal mode raid, I think that's fine. But we've only been shown 4, by the way. 5th is whatever your creator saw. Yeah, we've seen the trials one. We weren't allowed to show it though. And then, so we've seen 5 of 8. I would, well, maybe, I was gonna say the epic raid, but the epic raid probably doesn't count in the 8, because I would assume like Ash and Iron has their own. So I guess there's just gonna be 8 to launch. So I assume one that we haven't seen is the second destination set. We don't know what that does, because we know that has a unique set bonus, but we don't know what it is. The raid. So that means there's 1 more set of armor we haven't seen yet. Maybe Iron Banner? Do we know if we're getting new Iron Banner armor? Maybe Iron Banner. Devil's Advocate pointed the spectacle is so important, streamers should show us the gameplay. Yeah, I'm talking about the period of time after World's First. No one is blurring their screen after World's First. So the period of time I am referencing here is not, it's not even affected by what you're talking about. Are you upset of the idea of there not being a strike on Kepler? No, because I think they're moving away from strikes to give us more interesting forms of content. which I am a big fan of. I've been anti-strike, been anti-Destiny strike mentality for a long time. Strikes are boring. Nothing you can really do to make them more interesting. So take that work and make more interesting 3-person content. I think that's a good move. Personally.
There's Kargan. Firewall in place. That should slow them down.
Yo, Flinders, or Flinders, sorry. I don't think I ever asked which one was correct. But thank you so much for the 5 gifted, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the stream, and I appreciate you very much. Alright, what do we think? We thinking a god roll, Curious right here? Oh, brother.
I'm pretty sure you realize we're not going to let him get away with stealing the data while we're here.
I guess from my perspective, Matt, and it's like, you know, this is definitely like my own perspective. I'm not really affected by people blurring or blacking out their screen because I'm personally racing during that time. And by the time I'm ready to settle down and watch a bunch of teams, you know, it's like that era is over. So that's why my perspective, I guess, is a little different, but it's not really what, it's not really everyone's
There's
perspective.
only one data artifact here, labeled Oxa, and it's seriously corrupted. Metadata says it was last accessed.
How do I get this? Why don't I have it on this character? Oh, these are all character-based? That's really dumb.
Guardian.
Yo, Orion, what's up?
Intel regarding a Vex information depot. I
The
want
Portal
you to
Challenge
get in there and
customization
figure out
turning
what
off
they know.
matchmaking. Are there any other pieces of content you're excited to solo that you couldn't before? That's an interesting question. I guess it's nice for like running through bounties and stuff. That'll be cool. Yeah, solo battlegrounds, yeah, like that sort of stuff will be kind of nice. It'll be nice to have that option, or for farming like certain triumphs, like a big like ruffian triumph would be a lot easier if you could solo queue expeditions, for instance. Like that sort of stuff will be very nice. Yo, Luke, what's up? How you doing? So when are they gonna add that version of Tower that Q map got data mined years ago? I think he got baited by fake leaks, buddy. I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't really know what you're talking about, but who knows? Who knows? I think it would be weird if at some point we didn't get the Destiny 1 version of the tower back, but I also feel like if they were going to do that, it probably would have been during Final Shape. This feels like a weird... Like, maybe we actually don't ever get that version of the tower back. Oh yeah, I don't know what's happening to Pathfinder. That's a really interesting question.
Guardian, I'm making the elimination of carving your priority on this operation.
Yeah, grind blood test and solo ops would be, that would actually be a really good place to do that. It's a great point. It's a really good point.
Guardian, down.
Did they bank it? No, it's the right side. We still have
Keep
more.
an eye out for another Cabal drop or Centurion.
Can you add me on Twitter? Smug? That'd be an interesting thing to check out. Yeah, man.
Guardian down.
Are adept versions of weapons still going to be a thing? No, they're old. Adept weapons will not be part of the tier system. They will not exist anymore. You can still, I believe you'll still be able to get adept versions of weapons from raids? From old raids? From old raids? But I don't think anything else. Trials should be updated. Nightfalls, that sort of contest should be updated. Where else can you get adept weapons currently? I think just old raids will drop adept weapons now, and they're not being updated to tier 5.
Here's Cargan.
Farming for exotics, currency, stuff like that. Just prepping for, well, A, killing time until Edge of Fate, but also doing some last minute prep. I mean, you'll still be able to farm out, I believe, old armor with crazy stat splits if you really want to go back in some cases, but exotics, you will not be able to get old rolls anymore, so it's actually pretty important. If you are going to get weird rolls at all, or you're going to want them at all, exotics you should definitely be doing. No, Ron's not gonna play. Do you have Dreaming City activities? Just look at like single legendary shards. Wait, what? Legendary shards don't exist anymore. Does a tier 1 weapon allow you to enhance Calm 3 and Calm 4 perks? I do not know the answer to that question. That breakdown is somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Oh my god, God roll Severance Enclosure.
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Gold.
Good work, Guardian. What intel did you discover?
There's only one data artifact here, labeled Oxa, and it's seriously corrupt.
Alright. Anyone in chat want to do a couple GMs? Alright, whoever wants to do a couple GMs. Yeah, Deadbot, thanks for joining. Good luck on day 1, my friend. Alright, everybody. I'm going to go fill my water while we wait for someone to join. Paper, just start her up as soon as we get someone, alright? I'll be right back. Alright, chat. I'm here. Can you believe it's only 7 days till fresh DP? I'm excited. Who joined? Oh no. We're fucked. Oh shit! 23.
Guardian, we received limited intel regarding a Vex
That's a
information
fucking nice
depot.
little build you got going on
want
there,
you to
lab.
get
Too
in
bad
there
it'll
and
be
figure out what they
largely gone in 3 days. Yo, Inorganic, what's up? How you doing? Yo, Inorganic, thank you for the prime, my friend. got ran. I just got fucking ran.
Guardian, I'm making the elimination of Kargan your priority in this operation.
I think the number one thing I recommend for the next couple of days, guys, is just trying to relax. It's gonna get kind of crazy. Yo, Inorganic, thank you for the gifted. Enjoy your new emblem, my friend. Let's go. I think things are gonna get kind of crazy. They always do. Spend some time with your loved ones over the next few days. Relax, get some good sleeps. Eat your favorite meal. Just like lock in, you know? I'm so excited. Like these days like right before an expansion are just so, it's like it's the closest I get to Christmas, you know what I mean? Just so
down.
Oh, give me that. I'm gonna need that for this guy. Oh, whoa, he regained so fast.
Nice work, Captain. But you're gonna need one more.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird not being able just to like crutch bolt charge. It'll be good though. I like the rotating powerful meta stuff, so it'll feel good.
Guardian down.
Oh my fucking god! Oh no! Oh my god. Alright. Fucking lock. Stasis changes might be the most brain dead thing I've seen Bungie do in a while. We have like 5 ways of setting overloads and only 1 way to stun barriers and non-stops now. I think it'll probably, hopefully work itself out, but we'll have to wait and see. You're so far behind on Heretic Triumphs that I've just given up? Uh-oh. Oh no. Did you have Max before, Smug?
There's Kargan. Guardian down.
Hello, bro. What's up? Yo, dude. Thought I'd drop a follow. I just gotta say, my timeline's been kind of crazy since you pinned the Kennedy assassination on my guy. Oh, that's amazing. I'm sorry. But also, that's so fucking funny. Look, I'm just reading between the lines. I'm just reading between the lines, alright? That's all on the Bungie narrative team. Oh, that's so funny. But I is innocent? Nah, that's cope. That's cope. Yo, We Groot, what's up? Do you think there's enough hype around the DLC for servers to be shot day one? Servers haven't really been shot. I mean, they kind of were for, I guess, Final Shape, but Final Shape was like an abnormality. They've been pretty good for everything else. So I'm not too worried. They're generally pretty good at it. Oh shit! I was reading chat. This guy's being an asshole. I don't think they were dead for Witch Queen. They did like phased intro for Lightfall. Where did the Kennedy story originate? That's me actually. So in the collector's edition, they insinuate that the 9 actually had something to do in a way, potentially with Kennedy's assassination. And that Kennedy was assassinated using something similar to or is Graviton Lance. So that's wild. And then I kind of made up a little bit that Lodi did it, but that's definitely canon. I don't care.
Seriously corrupted. Metadata says it was last accessed by
that definitely happened
centuries ago.
A little bit of my fault, but
and who is Otzot?
Those are questions for another day, I suppose.
Just want to say hey and thanks for the drama and fun. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. I can't wait. Lobro. It's gonna be a good time. Lodi is, having played Edge of Fate, Lodi is like the best NPC that we've gotten in a long time. Like, his vibe is just totally different. I'm really excited for the community to interact more with him. Can someone explain the JFK and Graviton Lance connection? Yes, so the Graviton Lance was found in Old Chicago. That's the lore of the gun, but no one knows where it came from. The Department of External Observations is in Chicago. And then in the Collector's Edition, which is the Department of External Observations, just has like a bunch of memos and shit, reports and stuff. They talk about how they can't find any reason to think that some sort of incident is connected to JFK's assassination, but it doesn't mean it's not. And generally, like, if Bungie is talking about, like, they want us to think there's some sort of connection there, right? And then it said that the JFK's head wound looked like the bullet pulled the matter towards it and then exploded outwards. So graviton. So for some reason, a prototype of Graviton or Graviton itself was used to assassinate Kennedy, and then was either recovered by the Department of External Observations or was yeah, like being replicated or something. Like there's some tie there. So it's so funny. Oh, you played it? I played, yeah, I got flown out last month? In May? 2 months ago, I guess? And I got to play a few of the missions. I played the first mission and a couple of, like, the side missions. I like that Lodi just seems like a normal dude. He's got the most... It's so good, though. It's like, what I'm allowed to say, because I'm only allowed to talk about the lore from the first mission that I played. And that's really all I know anyways. Lodi is a normal dude, but he's like incredibly, he's like Osiris if Osiris wasn't kind of whiny. Like, the vibes that Lodi puts off in the first mission, you can go watch this. I think Mac uploaded the whole first mission. Lodi puts off like vibes of like, I have no idea what's going on, but I know exactly what's going on, and it's awesome, and I'm just happy to be here. And it's like really good vibes. You guys will see in 3 days. I really like Lodi. But that's so random. I mean, can they be in the same universe? I mean, Destiny is our universe. It just splits. When does the Traveler get to Destiny? 2100, something like that? Osiris isn't lame. He's just way too serious about everything. Osiris can be kind of lame. And kind of mean. Lodi's just like, not that. You'll see, you'll see, you'll see. But everything that happens in our universe technically happened in the Destiny universe until the Traveler gets there. So, we've talked about this a few times, Ian, this stream, so I'm going to keep it a little short. But Ian asked about how I feel about normal mode being available after World's First. I think it... Look, I like the spectacle and the entire kind of like, you know, event that the contest mode is. I completely disagree that ends, like that the event still continues after the first team gets World's First. I would like to see it extended to 24 hours and then normal mode launches, personally. As someone who really enjoys going back and watching other teams complete after I complete. Traveler appears in 2014? Oh, well, there you go. So that's where our timelines separate. Oh, dude. Oh. Okay, gonna run. Just wanted to drop by and say, hey, have a great stream. Yo, see you later. See ya. Thanks for dropping by. That was awesome. That was, for everyone in YouTube chat, that was Lodi's voice actor. That's pretty sick.
Excellent work, Captain. You are at 50%.
What do we think about how Giggs hates watch parties in World's First raid? I do not care. I have no idea what you're talking about, but I don't. I don't know. I'm fine not engaging in any discussion like that. Of course, Pallier, of course. Stop dying. Bro, Lab killed me by blowing up the backpack. Did you see that? Yo, thing on the floor. Thank you for gifting sub to Mr. Lodi himself. Let's go. I'm excited for you guys to see Lodi. From what I saw, he is genuinely a really fun character. Stop being killable. That is true. Did we kill all the champs? Have you checked out any new music recently? Dude, so much new music. I've not checked out the new Born of Osiris. I will, though. I dabble with Born of Osiris. Fucking, the new era is so good. We talked about this a little earlier this stream, but, like, new era is good. I'm so excited that we're finally getting a new Ink album. Excited we're getting a new era album. New Dayseeker's really good. New Thousand Below's really good. New, yeah, the Dance Gavin Dance album is going to be so fucking good. New Fit for a King album might be album of the year. I'm so excited for that. Every single has been a goddamn banger so far. Excited for the new Of Mice and Men album. There's so much content. There's like an overwhelming amount of content this year, actually. Just so, like, way too much music. I'm so excited.
There's Kargan.
Do we know yet if they're getting a new clean vocals for I Prevail? No, I don't think they are going to. Oh, I Prevail has been doing their stuff has been really good too. I've really been digging the 2 singles they've put out. We should be getting an album announcement soon. Oh yeah, all good picks. I'm nervous about Dance Gavin Dance. I love Tillian, but I get why they had to drop him. And Andrew he's been fucking phenomenal. Especially on this last single's probably my least favorite they've done, just because it's a little samey. But everything from Speed Demon to all the way down are so good, so good. So I'm really excited. I think Pantheon's gonna be fucking brilliant. I know there's other music that it's just been fucking Dark Divine put out a pretty good single last month. I hope we get a new album from them soon. They're one of my favorites. There's just so much. There's just such an overwhelming amount of music, and in the best way. I'm really excited. Motionless has been teasing new music recently. New Hail the Sun is awesome. I'll have to check them out. I don't think I know them. This is something I really want to know without going to spoil myself. Does our Guardian still speak in Edge of Fate? I don't think I saw any. Not in what I saw something like very little amount. So I don't think I saw them speak. If they did, I don't remember. Oh shit, brother.
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Good work, Guardian. What intel did you discover?
There's only one data artifact here, labeled Oxa.
Check DMs?
And it's seriously
Oh,
corrupted. Metadata says it was last accessed by an Otzot centuries ago. What is Oxa? And who is Otzot?
Those are questions for another day, I suppose. But for now...
What the fuck is this, Paper? Is this your raid team announcement? Before I actually go, what are you running right now? We're farming GMs, so Grandmaster Nightfalls. If you're still new to the game, none of this is going to matter because it's all of these core systems that we're doing right now are completely changing in 3 days. But essentially, this is some of the hardest content in the game. They're making the game a lot harder on the top end in the new update. But and essentially, we're just farming exotics and currency to save for the new DLC. Okay, well, I think I'm allowed to show. I don't know if can I show this. I think I can show this. I'm sorry if this makes anyone mad. This is I don't think I'm going to show this, brother. It's a raid announcement. I'll retweet it on Twitter. It's a raid announcement for Paper's raid team. And I swear to God, Lodi shot JFK. And and it's exactly what you might expect. It's just JFK chilling in the car. And Lodi being told to shoot him. Paper, tag me that on Twitter. I'll go ahead and retweet it. Jesus. What have I done? What have I done? That is so unhinged, man. All right, there you go.
Guardian, we've received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot.
Oh, you did add me on the queue map? All right, I'll check it out. Twitter's turning into the Warren Commission. On God, dude. Someone in the raid team needs to dress. No. That's all right. That's all right. Oh, goddamn. The collector's edition is so funny, man. What good lore. Like I said, like, Allison and her team have been just cooking, dude. It is pretty cool. I need to do my raid team announcement. I've been neglecting. I didn't know if, like, I didn't know how public the team was, and then I guess people know. So I'll go ahead and announce it. But. Need to bring Graviton Lance in a day one raid? No, that's a fucking throw, bro. Who uses primaries in 2025? Don't look at this bow doesn't count. This bow is a bolt charge vector only, okay? It doesn't count as a primary. Allison is awesome, fully can confirm. There you go. All right, wait, Lobro, before you go, what character did you pick? And if you had to guess, if JFK got resurrected as a guardian, what class would he be? I need to know these answers. He's a hunter. Okay, okay. Lodi does give kind of hunter vibes, so that fits. I don't know. I think JFK might have been a Titan.
Guardian, I'm making the elimination of Kargan your priority of this operation.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I'm bound by NDA. Hey, you could actually use, you know what's actually so funny? Is now that you're, we have NDA emotes. And now that you are, we also have, for Marathon, we have broken NDA emotes. As a major streamer, normal mode during the weekend. I love your hot takes, but I see normal mode release for raid as an issue in terms of Twitch watchability, as major streamers will be running exclusively contest mode, or being non-streamers and casuals to do normal during the what? Does the NCAA get mad at the Super Bowl because there are not more casual football players being televised at the same time? That's that's a weird take. I don't know. You're a hunter though. Okay. Yeah. Chat seems to think JFK is a Warlock. I would have gone with Titan, I think, but I respect it. I respect it.
All right, we need one more. Keep an eye out for another Cabal drop or Centurion.
I also picked up Graviton Lance a week or so back before that seemed incriminating. Yeah, okay. No, that just so happens that Lodi's voice actor's favorite weapon is Graviton Lance. That's weird. That's really weird. Chat, does that seem weird to you? That seems weird to me.
Guardian down.
You haven't used it, or you've only used it once? Oh shit.
town.
Oh, brothers. Alright. I got you, lad. I'm coming to save you, my friend. You guys just hear that fucking lightning? Or thunder? Oh no. Love the new direction we're heading in narratively. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too. Oh, is that right? Is that right, Joe? All right, all right. Thoughts on the band Eminence? I love Eminence. I have all their vinyls over there. So good. The Black was one of my favorite albums last year. So good. Big fan. All right, see you later, bro. Have a great night.
Here's Karkin.
Oh, shit. Joe got absolutely domed. Lab got hit. Fucking Joe with the Graviton Lance in chat. That's crazy.
That should slow them down.
That's insane. We need to add. Oh! Oh, shit. Lab, are you able to add emotes? Can't I make you like an artist or something? Oh wait, you're fucking in here with me. Never mind, never mind, never mind. That wouldn't be very helpful. I'm gonna add a Graviton, I'm gonna add a Lodi and a Graviton emote to Twitch. Can I time out Joe? Oh, Joe's in YouTube chat now. What's it like to be hit by the Graviton Lance on Twitch, eh? I've never been killed by one of those. Bro, it's fucking undering outside. Sheesh.
Sure he realizes we're not going to let him get away with stealing the data while we're here.
The fuck is that?
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Good work, Guardian.
I've never used
What
this
intel
thing.
did you discover?
Trash roll though.
There's only one data artifact here, labeled Oxa, and it's
Arbor
seriously corrupted.
Warden.
Metadata says it was last accessed by an...
Alright, we're going in. It's kind of a meme build exotic. Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
Guardian, we've received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot. I want you to get in there and figure out what they know.
Do you think we're getting any silent exotic weapon buffs? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm really so curious, like, with the game changing. This is, like, the biggest change to the core game systems we've gotten since Forsaken, right? I think... I mean, there's such a huge... Oh, shit. There's such a huge opportunity for so many things to end up breaking in terms of, like, exotics or weapon combos or whatever. That... Like, I'm sure by the end of next week, we'll probably be using some pretty crazy shit that we never would have predicted. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. There's no JFK mode. I'll add a loadout and a graviton. I don't know if I'm gonna add a JFK emote. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh shit, brother. God damn it. Stop shooting me!
Guardian, I'm making the elimination of carving your priority on this operation.
I really hope they give all the raids and dungeons set bonuses at some point. I think it's gonna be like, I think that's such a no-brainer for them. If they have a season that's a little light on content or something, then it's like, all right, well, we'll just, oh shit, I'm gonna die. They'll add stuff to old raids and dungeons, give us something to farm, just like they did with like crafted weapons and old stuff. I think it's such an easy reload for them. That's insane. Lodi said, eyes up, Guardian, and JFK never looked down again. Rest in peace. That's fucking insane. That is an absurd sentence you just typed in my Twitch chat, bro. Oh my god. What have I started, man?
Alright, we need one more. Keep an eye out for another Cabal drop or Centurion.
Oh, it's just a second too early. Oh shit. Yeah, font mods are gonna be so good to know. I cannot believe they nerfed font mods. Can you guys believe that? They are not. They want you to choose, man. They are like, you will choose what build you are using. You cannot build into everything. They're going for it. It's a nice change of pace for Bungie, to be honest. Like that they're sticking their ground so hard on this one. It's gonna be so different for a game like this. I'm excited. I feel like for the first time since Lightfall, builds are gonna be differentiated, like very significantly between people, and that's exciting. What do you think about bringing back the old artifact system from Rise of Iron? I don't really care. I like the Rise of Iron artifact system turns into, hey, just use Scory. You know what I mean? Like I'm not too bothered, to be honest. I used that way too early. I'm really bad at predicting when.
One down, two to go.
That could be the next iteration of power creep, I guess. I think like they're adding so much new stuff here. Like I'm really excited for like set bonuses and stuff. There's just gonna be so much to think about and optimize now, and hopefully reasons to do it as well. Which that's very exciting. What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure he realizes we're not going to let him get away with stealing the data while we're here. Grinding down.
Oh no! Lab clutch! Lab clutch? Lab, don't die. Lab. Clutch lab. That was close. Did you see how close Lab was to dying there?
Good work, Guardian. What intel did you discover?
I'll keep that. That's not bad. That's not a bad roll.
There's only one data artifact
For the new
here,
system.
labeled Oxa, and it's seriously corrupted. Metadata says it was
Hero
last accessed
moment.
by an Otzot centuries ago.
Do you think they'll bring back Wrath of the Machine? Do you want the answer you want to hear, or do you want the realistic answer? No, I don't think they'll bring back Wrath of the Machine.
Guardian, we've received limited intel regarding a Vex information depot. I want you to get in there and figure out what they know.
Hell yeah. Alright. This will probably be my last run for this session. Because I'm hungry. I'm super hungry, and it's dinner time, and I'm hungry. Tomorrow, I'll probably do another, possibly stream farming GMs. We'll see. Pretty excited. We are almost there, my friends. We are so close. Over, under 2 hours server issues on Tuesday? Under. I'm on the copium train.
Guardian down.
But unfortunately, I don't think we're getting Wrath of the Machine literally anytime soon. All I'm saying about the raid is no matter what, the bigger flex having the Scare 9 Shaker. Yeah, that's true. True. At some point, I need to ask if we can do another run of a new version of that. Scare 9 Shaker. Oh, this is my normal shaker. My favorite raid is Salvation. I'm so confused, Lab. What does that actually say? What did you change that to? Oh, wander. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. The joke only works if I know what the fuck it says. We're good. We're good. Salvation isn't even in my top 3. Yeah, that checks out. That doesn't surprise me.
Guardian,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My order goes Salvation's Last Wish, Wrath of the Machine. Probably Deep Stone. Don't worry about it, Joe. Don't worry about it. Oh, we have pretty much the same. Yeah, I'd probably put Val 5th, maybe Levy 5th. They're pretty much the same top 5, just a little shuffled though. PSC versus Criminal. I agree, but you know, everyone's got their thing. Bro, Paper dying as goddamn much as Criminal. On God. I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm fucking. Oh, fuck. All right. That's a good place to call it for now. We're just not locked in. That's all right. We've been farming for a while. Hell yeah. Alrighty. Fucking hell. King's Fall, OG King's Fall, I do not like. King's Fall 2.0 is pretty good. OG King's Fall is one of my least favorite raids. I think it lacks any semblance of replayability. So, oof. I'm gonna go eat chili, but we'll let's farm later in a couple hours if you still want to. Cause I wanna get some good shit. So I wanna stock up. So I'm totally down. Just give me a little bit. All right, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me for 4 hours today. Just a couple of days. I'll probably stream more GM farms tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how I wake up and how I feel. Or if I just want to take the day off and chill before shit gets fucking crazy on Tuesday. We'll see. But either way, my friends, I'll see you very soon. Have a fantastic night. Let's find someone to raid real quick. Who's streaming? Who's streaming? Oh, let's go Bog. Oh, is Bearkey streaming? Oh, Bearkey is streaming. Yeah, let's raid Bearkey. All right, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you very soon. And just make sure you're relaxing. Take care of yourself before Edge of Fate. It's gonna be a fun grind. It's gonna be a grind, but it's gonna be a fun grind. Everyone have a great night.